Righto, welcome everybody to today's top of the table clash between Foster at home to Yinnar. The weather gods have opened up during the week, so the ground's looking pretty heavy, but we're still looking for a really good clash here. And I'll also welcome Jeep.
Yeah, thanks, Hutchie. It's a cracking game on the line, but unfortunately the conditions don't quite match the top of the table sides. But it is what it is. Both sides have got a play in it, so let's see how they go.
Yeah, and just going through the selected sides, I think from what we can tell, Yinnar are unchanged from the selected side from Thursday night. And then I think there's just a couple of changes, a little Ducks and Drakes. And is it Travis Cloak's smoke behind the mirrors?
Yeah.
With
90% of football's half mental.
Yeah. So Eddie not selected, and in comes Dylan Williams, a late change in, and also Jackson Lewis, who's been playing in the ruck in the reserve. So looking forward to him coming in to give out young Rathjen a chop out in the ruck.
Interesting they plumb for him and rather than big Mitchell-Ott. Mitchell-Ott's been a regular part of the senior side here at Foster for many a year now, and he ran around in the lunchtime league again today.
Yeah, that is an interesting one. Whether or not they're just trying to get Mitch primed for an assault on the final series or not, we'll never know. But he's a man mountain out there, and he's very hard to get around. So it'd be interesting to see what their future plans are. And
a very contrasting rucking style to the two Yinnar ruckmen. And on those topic of the Yinnar side, a couple of changes for them. They, of course, had the bye last week. The week before that, they took care of Moore East pretty easily. Into the side, they bring in Big Jesse Bowe. The anywhere between 6'7", 6'11", depending on what rumours you believe about his height, and Ben Skinner. Out go Jacobson and Zach Brown. Jacobson didn't play in the reserves game, so I'm assuming that's injured, and Zach Brown did. Yeah. So the interesting ruck change there is that Jesse comes into the side, and he rucks very similarly to Luke Linton, a.k.a. Bobby. Both very lean, tall, angular type ruckman. Mitchell-Ott, the big sort of aggressive, physical Shane Mumford style ruckman. So be interesting to see whether or not Jake Best decided to go like for like, or whether or not he's keeping Big Mitchell-Ott up his sleeve for bigger and better things down the year.
Well, I can only think that you're on the money there, because if you're going to play Mitch Allett in the seniors, it's a day like today you're going to be doing it. So whether, like I said, whether there's a bit of a little bit of hiding and whatnot, and keeping a few cards close to your chest, we'll never know. But you look, Rathjen rucked manfully last week against Big Schneider. Wiedemann, sorry. But now this is a completely different project now. You've got big Jesse Bowe, whose hands will be probably a good 6 inches higher in the air than what young Rathjen will be. So umpires for today, Stevie Esler and Barry McCoy. So we're looking for a bloody good game of footy today.
Just Mitchie Berracree, the league's publicity officer, will also be joining us in commentary throughout the course of the day. Just the third microphone preventing him from jumping online at the moment. I know he's got plenty of fans out there. Plenty of people say to me, you should just shut up and give it to the young fella. So if push comes to shove, we might have to do that. But just looking in the middle now, I know Mitch is across these matchups for us. Looking in the middle now, I can see Angus Norton, the kid in the lid, popping up in the middle there. And the others...
Schneider.
Yeah, Schneider's in there along with... is that Ollie Colcott in there as well?
No, that might be... it's a gingerhead. That's Bailey Angwin.
Bailey Angwin, of course.
Yeah.
So Mick Geary starting in the middle up against Norton. Interesting. Gears usually starts forward. Jesse Bowe will do the ruck work. And we've got number 22 in there. That'll be James DeViglio, another new recruit to Yinnar this year. And over the far side, is that Sam Walsh in there? Hutchie, or the Yinnar expert?
No, Nixon Hall.
There we go. To get things underway, Steve Esler will toss it in the air and the big boys will go at it, and Jesse Bowe comfortably gets his hand to the footy first and then does the work at ground level, and she stacks on the mill already. Quick handball over the top, favouring Foster, no one able to take it cleanly. Fabularo goes in there hard, but he's tackled straight away. Kick to centre, half forward, favouring Yinnar. Tackle laid, and we will see 1,000 of these today. Hot start, Hutchie.
Yeah, hot start. It's a great start. I'm looking forward to the ruck contest now, and looking at here, we've got... Bowe goes up, hits it down. Nixon Hall drags it in one-handed. Riglio, he's going to be at the bottom of the pack, and he's had a magnificent, probably 5 or 6 or 7 games, and he'd be looking at leading Yinnar's best first. Go up again. Bowe gets it down, hits it on there, smacked out of the air by McKay, out to Shill into Kearns. Kearns goes around to the left foot, kicks it long towards the Grinstead Jones. Has it been touched? And, yep, rolls through for the first score of the day. Jeep.
Yeah, it's interesting the ball kicked on there, so it mightn't be as wet as it appears from up here. I would have thought that would sit in the mud, and I know Mitchie B's just pointed out a match up there. Young Ollie McCall, first year of senior footy as an overage player. He's played the last 2 years as a thirds kid. Go and stand next to Jack Weston if you don't mind and learn a little bit about footy. So the kick comes in from Foster and finds the boundary line on the full. And that'll be Pratty down there, big Lachlan Pratt with the kick about a kick plus GST from home. He plays on and goes to the hot spot. He'll look for Grinstead Jones. Position A, boys fly. Grinstead Jones doesn't get his hands on it, but Yinnar take a very important mark.
Nixon Hall.
Through
very
Nixon
safe,
Hall, who snuck forward. And just grabbed it like it was a dry day and a dry footy, and that's probably as good as the conditions will get. He'll go back from about 30 out directly in front. You think he'd put this one through the big sticks?
Yes, hopefully as Hall comes in now, through the mud, stabs at it. Yep, the Yinnar boys are up and about. That's the first goal on the board. To Yinnar 1-1-7. Foster yet to score.
And I'm sure if our man Sam Crane, the regular stats man, was here, he'd be telling us that's a couple of inside 50s to Yinnar, none to Foster and Mitchie B. That matchup you got there, Stolk on best, is it? So Stolky down there, the former skipper of Yinnar down there playing on Jake Best. And, of course, Brett Eddy, who was named not on the park. Did you get Chaseling's matchup at all, Mitch? That's the other one we're interested in.
Kearns.
Pat Kearns on him.
Yep.
Interesting, Kearnsy not renowned as the defensive type as a rule. A new string to his bow, perhaps. Bow, speaking of, gets a tap down. Geary can't quite get there. Coming off the half-back line. Foster through numbers. They go one handball too many and turn it over at half-forward. And a little hack kick forward into the forward 50. Ball gets out the back and spits on again. And we'll have a boundary throw in about 14, 15 metres around from the Yinnar goal. Pratt to do the ruck work.
Another interesting change is that with Kearns going back, allows Blake Vandermeer to go to the half forward, and that was his hack kick into the forward line. So
I didn't quite get the left footer, but that was a good pick up by you.
Yeah.
So the ball gets tossed back in. Rathjen and Pratt. Pratt takes it out of the ruck, tries to dish a handball off, but he finds a Foster opponent, and they kick. Mark taken there on the half back line by Angwin. Weston leads at him. That's ignored. He goes longer down the line towards Toner. Best out the back. Robertson with the second grab. Tries to claim it. You're kidding, Robbo. Play on. So play on he does and goes back in the forward 50. Might be a bit of breeze favouring that end because the ball seems to carry down there. It's a hot footy to get. Grinstead Jones gets his hands on it. Pops a handball over the top, but Foster will win out here through weight of numbers. They just need to take a mark, which they can't do. Yinnar all over him here early, Hutch.
Yeah, that's right. They are. Yinnar have lifted. I reckon Yinnar really want this game. I think they're primed for it.
Well, as we said earlier, if they win this game, it really just about locks them in a top 2 spot.
Ball gets thrown back in, but Jesse Bowe hacks it out with his left hand in towards it. Pick up by Foster. And McCall draws a free kick a little bit over the shoulder. He goes back behind his mark. And he's played on now. McCall goes long, and I think they're using that advantage of that win, Jeep. That's a Grinstead at the back. Oh, look at that. You can't knock him over. Oh, no, he's tried to toe poke it, and it hasn't made it. And a rush behind.
Is it just me, or did he maybe have time to pick that one up?
I think he did.
Anyway, Foster go far side. Thanks very much. No idea now. So we'll put the binoculars up as we see the ball trickle over the boundary line, 55, 60 metres around. In front of the scoreboard over there, which shows you now 1-2-8 early doors. Foster yet to score. 4.5 minutes played here at the Foster Rec Reserve. As the umpire will bring this one back in. He's a big boy, Jesse. He just stands all over the top of Rathjen, but Rathjen gets the front spot, takes the footy, gets a little handball down there to Schneider. His hack kick goes forward. Mark paid. Yep. Ball's travelled all of 8 metres, I would have thought, but nonetheless. And off we go here to Foster. They go far side. Weston out there. Good mark. No, not completed by Robertson. Weston does the work at ground level. They go through the hands, kick into the forward 50, Hutch.
Yeah, and Kearns comes backwards and he's been interfered with and he'll get the free kick. So he's got the ball. He's now come laterally across the ground. He's looking for Famularo, one of the new ins for the week. Famularo, favoured left foot, goes down the left wing, kicks long, calling out Will Robertson. Will Robertson sets himself, flies, ball gets spoiled down, front and centres with with McKay. Ball picked up by Bentley. Bentley gets it on to Norton. Norton retreats a little bit. Oh, and great intercept by Blake Vandermeer. Vandermeer rolls around onto his right foot and kicks the goal. And look at them celebrate. They're up and about, Jeep. They're up.
Yeah, you get a couple early ones in this sort of weather and you can put a space of 3 or 4 goals on early doors. It might be really hard to come back. And we saw that round 1 this year when we were here, Hutch. It was Foster that kicked the first 5 against Fish Creek, and Fish Creek couldn't get back in it. So warning signs early.
Much the same last week too, down at Fishy. Yeah, so that's a great goal.
And we'll just ask Mitch to do us another favour and pick up the other long sleeve jumper down there. Is that Bentley that's down there in the long sleeve? And who's he on, Mitch? It might be Will Robinson that he's on. Yep, thank you. Good work by you. And I'm sure you're writing all those notes down so you can whack them in the Express on Wednesday, whenever it gets published these days. So Bo goes a little back tap this time. Cute. Flynn Schill gets onto it and he goes forward line. Out in front of it there, chasing after the footies, Harvey Mackay. He gets out of the way, lets the big boys go at it. Mick Geary gets a hand on it. The umpire's seen a throw. He said, that's a Chuck Norris, and the free kick will go to Foster in the back pocket. But it's another inside 50 to Yinnar. They're just all over him early here, Hutch.
Yeah, that's right. And that was a little bit of a let-off there. I reckon he got... Anyway, we'll respect that decision. So it's Toner now, sizing up his options. Not much longer. He's going to go down the wing. Oh, no, he goes short to lead up to Weston. Weston doesn't take the mark. Ball gets trapped in there. Schill gets it out. Oh, he's paid another one. He's not happy with the Crow throw. His umpire, McCoy. That's 2 in a row. Angwin gets hold of it, goes long now to... Oh, intercepted by... I think that's...
Robbo.
Is it? Or Nixon Hall, perhaps. And he's... Yes, umpire's paid a sling tackle, and it's Nixon Hall. Nixon Hall just sizing his options up now, and they're on the far side of the ground. He goes long down the wing to Will Robinson. Will Robinson sticks the knee in the back, flies, but didn't come down with it. Norton picks it up now, goes around, swings around his left, handballs it over, and I reckon that's to Schneider. Schneider tries to go around, gets his hand to it, back to Norton. Norton, quick kick to Schill. Schill intercepts. He's got it on to Walsh. Walsh goes back again, retreats a little bit. McCall goes long, and here we go. Look at the pack fly now. Front and centre's required. Nothing happens. The ball still just bobbles around.
All
and it's been distributed by, I reckon that's Williams.
So it's just a panic dumb kick, but luck's a fortune because Foster are out here on the wing. Long lead comes at him, he ignores that and goes to the shorter option. Really good defensive work there by Yinnar, sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Who was getting the fist on that one there? That was Sam Walsh.
Yep.
And has he got the match up on Chaseling, Mitch? Is that what we decided? Kearns is on Chaseling. So Walsh has got number 23 for company, which will be Jack Flavel. So the ball gets tossed in centre wing. It's all Yinnar in the ruck early, but they're not necessarily flogging them out of the clearances here. And Foster look to get their hands on another one. And another free kick going their way.
Williams.
And that'll be Williams. The skipper back in for his first senior game in a while. He gets up to the half-forward line. Chapman off the bench. Unusual for him to start on the pine. But Chapo comes on and impacts straight away. Ball there to be won across the middle of the wing. Foster goes through hands. Ollie Colcott, one handball too many perhaps. Harry Mackay picks it up and goes back there to Seb Famularo. The long sleeves combined. Down to Will Robinson. He goes for the one-hander. Good luck in dry weather taking a one-e, let alone in the wet stuff. But he goes again. Geary now gets in there and sharks the ball off Bentley. Left foot snap, top of the square job. Who wants it the most? Robbo does. Charges into the open goal. Bang, bang, bang. That's 3 in a row. Inside of the 9 minutes, 3-2-20. Yinnar, Foster still yet to trouble the scorers.
Yeah, that's fairly well played by Yinnar. They're just setting up well behind the ball. And it's probably one thing they've been renowned for is their ball use. When they get hold of that footy, it's hard to get it back off them. And the forward line, they're up and about.
Just noticed a change in the middle there for Yinnar, Hutch.
Yeah, Grinstead's gone in. Diva Riglio and Blake Vandermeer. So.
Grinstead's in the middle, Mitch. You got that note there, of course, for the article that'll go to press on Sunday night and be out in the papers during the week. Good work by you. Grinstead Jones in the middle, gets the clearance, goes to half forward. Good defensive work by Toner to bring it to ground. Robbo puts the fend off on, and the umpire says you're going to
tick. No, he's regaining his composure. He's about man on the mark. He's probably 49 out. He's setting up. I don't like his chances because you've got to run through a mud patch.
I was going to say, Stiff, he's going to have no solid footing to kick this from. And he's going to have to kick it the best part of 50, but they need it. They need
a steadier. And he plays on now, goes around to the right, kicks it. Oh, man, he's done that before. And he goes straight through the middle. That's a really good goal to Jake Best, and as he comes off now, he's just coming off for probably a little bit of treatment. He gets a few high fives, and Chaseling goes back onto the ground.
I tell you, did 2 blokes come off then and only one go on?
No, one will support him with a high five.
Fair enough. Interesting, Grinstead Jones goes in the middle and he gets that clearance too. They've done that really well. But it counts for nothing when Jake Best says, I'm bloody good at football, watch this, and kicks one from 50.
Yep, and if you read Mitch's articles, you would have predicted Stolk onto Best.
And back in the middle we go. Is that Chapman doing a bit of ruck work in there?
Yeah, Chapman's gone in the middle for Bo. Both go up. Kicked off the ground. Oh, hang on. There's Bobby Lint. I can't see the fences in the way.
Ollie Colcott, free kick for being held without it against Vandermeer. I'll call the kick, you call the mark. Olcott kicks into the forward 50.
And here comes McCall with a set. He thumps it down to Dill Williams for the intercept. And he's over the shoulder. So Dill Williams he swings around on his left foot, goes short, and it looks like it's going to be spoiled there by Famularo. Robbo comes through of the
Tom variety,
and the ball. I'm just seeing which umpire was in control. Sorry about that, Jeep.
I see Jake Best ready to come back on too, thank God.
Yep.
So we'll toss this one up about 35 out, 40 metres directly in front of the Foster goal. 5 out directly in front, and the umpire's blown another whistle here, has he? A blood rule behind play.
That's Schneider, I think.
Well, Norton's coming on. So we're going to have to wait for the player to come off, though, aren't we?
No, with the blood rule, you're actually allowed to swap each swap. You're allowed to swap on the field.
The bleeding player is still walking off the ground, surely.
Yeah, you're allowed to actually swap. Run on for run off if it's a blood rule.
But doesn't he have to be off the ground before we can restart?
Oh, yes, but
Yeah, okay, yeah. Cool.
But they can swap to get the process rolling. They can swap on the wing there somewhere.
No dramas. And back we'll go to the footy. Rules corner with Ken Hutchinson, umpire extraordinaire, over and done with for this session. With the footy, 54-55 from home.
And just to add while we're waiting on that, Jeep, Snyder came off and Best did not go on. So unless... Oh, Norton went on for
hammer and tack in my direction. But nonetheless, we want to give him credit for a good mark like that. Up she goes. Bo gets his hand to it. Ball hits the deck. No one can win it cleanly. Stacks on the mill. Ball gets flicked out sideways. Hack kick into the forward 50. Boundary line looks like it'll win the argument. Boundary line wins the argument. We'll ball this one in 25 metres around from the Foster goal. 1 goal argument. We'll ball this one in 25 metres around from the Foster goal. 1 goal straight, 6 to Foster, 3-2, 20 to Yinnar. 15 minutes played here in a rugged first quarter. And a pretty wet and muddy sort of day. But some good footy so far, Hutch.
Yes. So umpire throws the ball back in. Bo v. Rathjen. Rathjen gets a tap down to no real advantage, and the ball has been wrapped up in a tackle again, and we'll get a ball up. Getting off the bottom of the pack was Kearns. Yeah, so I think we'll see a few of these today, Jeep. I think we'll see a few. Ball gets thrown up in the air. Bo comes in. Still doesn't win the tap with the big fella. Gets it on. I think that's Stolk on all fours down there. Gets the ball out. And the umpire's going to say, I'll have another one. No, it was De Vriglio. Oh, no, it was Stolk. There's definitely... we haven't got very far in the last 2 minutes. Ball goes up. Bo... Rathjen wins it again. So it's picked up by Walsh, goes into Cole, gets
the mobility of getting around the ground too, you'd suspect. Instead of being locked down on the half-back line. Right, let me have a go through a couple of windows here. The umpire tosses it up. Bo goes bang and spikes it. Ball comes down, taken straight away in a tackle. Foster goes bang and spikes it. Ball comes down, taken straight away in a tackle. Foster snap around the corner, ends up top of the square job. Numbers from both sides crack on in. Umpire stalks, and the umpire says, give it to me. When I say top of the square, it's probably 20 out, not 10 out. But we'll go back and we'll toss it in the air again. So let's see if Jesse Bo goes a big fist again. Well, he's not going to get his chance. He tries to and does. Comes out the back to Norton. He's grabbed in a tackle straight away. Ball held to him and we'll toss it up.
It's Harvey McKay. Great tackle, Harvey.
Finally, Harvey plays someone on his own side. He'll be wrapped. He's bigger than someone out there.
Yes.
So let's try this for about the 15th time in the forward 50 for Foster. Bo, delicate, tap down. Can't find a teammate initially, though. Ball to be won at ground level. Now we pick it up and we get tackled again. She stacks on the mill. Now a hack kick forward. Thank God for that. We've got some territory. Ball spits out there in front. Going back and picking it up is Bentley. He goes back via the hands to Weston. Weston runs to 60 and his little lace-out pass finds Norton. And Norton's going to get a 50. If ever there's an umpire not to do that in front of, umpire wrestler. And he's gone bang. You can have the 50. Yeah, go down to the goal line and kick your team second.
Yeah. Oh, well called, Jeep. Well called. Norton comes down. Man on the marks, right on the line. Norton comes in, rolls in, kicks it over the net just to put a bit more pepper on it, and that's a goal to Foster. Foster, 2 straight, 12, Yinnar, 3-2, 20. I think what's happened, just looking around now, Jeep, I think Western's now gone behind the ball and it's given them some run, and that's actually probably been the cause of a couple of their last inside 50s, I'd say.
It's not a bad break glass option, is it? Break glass, send Jack loose behind the footy for 5 and see what he can cultivate, and the answer is a couple of goals, basically.
Yeah, that run through there, when a bounce on a day like today was magnificent.
The audacity.
Yeah.
And
but if you've got good skill, you might as well use it.
Young Harvey, when he got to the bench there, wasn't necessarily welcome with open arms, shall we say, by a couple of his teammates.
Yeah, so I reckon
the runner.
Coach Sam McCulloch would be having a very stern word to him.
So they're back in it. They're back in it. You never write Foster off ever. You certainly wouldn't do it in the first quarter, but at 3-2-20 to no score, it looked grim all of a sudden. They're only 8 points behind. Bo goes into the ruck, thumps it out in the shield direction, coming off half forward to put on a Shepherd. No one's able to take it cleanly, though, and we'll ball it up. We'll ball it up. It's a hot footy in there, and that suits a lot of these blokes, in particular Flynn Schill, a.k.a. the meatball. Ball comes down. Linton stands back, gets a handball. Clever play by Bobby. Fish tries to flick a handball through where a kick might have been better. Schill goes, there you go, Bobby, you can have it and have a kick this time, and he does. Goes in the Robertson direction. No mark taken this time by Latour. Stacks on the mill. Ball pops out the back, which favours Yinnar. They're happy to keep it alive down there. Little hack kick into space. McCall will probably be the first one there. If not first, he'll be second. Takes his opponent off his feet. Picks the ball up like it's dry. Flicks a handball off to a teammate. Can't take it cleanly. Boundary throw in. Mitchie B, welcome to the microphone.
Yeah, it's just been delivered to me, and right as I jump on, there's a bit of a fracas going on over at the forward 50. Umpire completely ignores it and throws it in, and it's going to win out through Foster and Norton.
Yeah, 22 and a half played, 12 plays, 26. Yinnar lead. Another free kick goes the way of Angus Norton.
Yeah, for throwing a bit of a Lucy, I think.
A bit of ill-discipline. He's laser to pass in the best direction. It gets out the back. McCall picks it up, flicks a handball out, but it's going to come back over his head, you would suspect.
Yep, Chaseling.
Eventually, when Chaseling gets a shoot on the footy, ball pitches. Best goes one little soccer, picks it up, flicks a handball out to a teammate, snap around the corner.
And it's a...
Minor score only.
Minor score only. As we saw last week, the games can be in ebbs and flows, and at the moment now, Foster are really doing really well, and they're doing all the attacking into them. So, and Harvey says, "Oh, thank you very much. I'll take that." He looks down the wing, goes long down the wing, looking for Pratt. Pratt got the front spot, gets spoiled. Ball goes out of bounds, and that's Josh Taylor slides into the railings. So, now the umpire comes in.
As does the rain. As does the rain. Hutchins sheeting down.
Yep.
Oh, dearie me. Good for the farmers, not good for the footy watchers. Ball gets tossed back into play. Bo wins it down as he likes. Weston says, I reckon I know where you're going to hit it, and gets there, but Schill goes in and picks it up. Goes out to Linton. Ball comes back to Norton. He flicks a handball to a teammate who just hacks it down the line. Wash, rinse, repeat. 20 yards closer to the Foster goal. A late one here would be key for them heading into quarter time. 2-1, 13 plays 4-2, 26. And we've played nearly 24 and a half.
Ball gets thrown back in. Bo taps it with his left. He's just starting to get on top now. I think he's worked out how to go up against his opponent. Will Robertson comes out, picks the ball up, gets tackled. Ball gets locked in there. No, it's coming spoiled out. Famularo gets thrown out of the pack. Comes round to Vandermeer. Vandermeer on the left again. Kicks long down into the forward line, and is now being repelled by Foster. So the Jack Rathjen picks the ball up, gets it only to Bobby Linton. Bobby Linton on all fours is trying to hack it out. And I think we're going to get a ball up in here as well.
You said Bo's worked it out. Is he worked out that he's 8 inches taller than everyone else all of a sudden?
Yeah.
All he's done is stood there and put his arm in the air.
Yeah, why run when I can just tap?
Let's see what he does this time. I reckon he might just stand there and tap it down, and that's exactly what he does. But again, it goes away of the Tigers, falls out the back of the contest. Tom Robertson puts his head over the footy. Flynn Schill cracks on end. Toner's in there. Hack kick forward for Yinnar, goes up here towards the wing. Ball pitches in front of a fighting couple. Ball on the ground, can't be picked up cleanly initially. Now Toner gets in and gets his hand over it. Comes back towards Norton, doesn't quite get there. Mackay hacks it forward.
He's touched
off the boot, play on they do. And then going back with the flight of the footy and seeing over the boundary line for a throw-in was Ollie McCall.
Yep. So
although it must have gone over the line beforehand, and the free kick will go to Jackson Notman. So he goes as long as he can in the western direction. Doesn't quite get there, though. Ball on the ground to be won. Picked up clean as a whistle by JDV. Snaps it round the corner towards Will Robbo. Gets out the back to Famularo. He's a left-footer, guys. Don't go to his right shoe. He can't quite get a snap on goal, though. Ball at the ground level to be won, and it's won by Foster, and their hack kick forward. Is that the coach that's gone all the way down there behind the footy?
No, that's Banbury, I think.
Is it? Okay, must have the same boots as the coach. Lovely peach pair they are. Gets on the left leg. That is, in fact, Banbury. And he kicks it out of bounds on the full for something new. And he says, bother me. Did you hear that? He said, bother me. It went out in the full.
Oh, swear jar?
Swear jar for sure. Bobby Linton will take the kick here, Hutch.
Yeah. Bobby he comes back in, rolls around on his left, and he's hugging the boundary as well. And it's just been an easy spoil for, I reckon that's Jackson Lewis, just spoils it over the boundary, and it rolls out, and we'll have another throw in. I would have thought they might have attacked a little bit straighter. So I've seen Jack Weston's gone back as well. So I think there's a little bit of flooding going on, trying to lock the score down. Ball gets thrown back in. Jack Rathjen gets tapped down, gets on a Notman. Notman sort of handballs right hand over left shoulder, and it rolls out again for another throw in.
What are you saying, Mitchie B?
Seems like it's going to be like this for the rest of the game, I think. A lot of stop
we'll
and
have a go and
start.
see if you can get a stoppage here for us.
Ball comes in. Pratt in the ruck, tries to get it out the back. Shuey in there trying to get it out. Hack kick out of mid-air. Finds a Foster teammate. Appeals for holding the ball. Ball goes down the line. Stolk takes a great mark over Best. He runs back quickly, looking to get it in as soon as possible before the siren goes. Could have stole a few more yards. Goes in long, and there does go the siren. Kick was to the perfect spot, but the siren beat him to it. So the quarter-time scoreboard's going to read 2-1-13 Foster to Yinnar 4-2-26.
20, what was that, 33-minute quarter, that quarter. Lots of stoppages.
I think it defaults to 33.
Okay, I was going to say that's a lot of
finished
stoppages.
at about 27 or so.
Yeah, that makes a bit more sense. So after Yinnar jumped Foster early and kicked the first couple, Foster came back with the next couple, and then Yinnar said, well, it's our turn for two clearly now, and they lead 4-2 at quarter time. We'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes with all the second quarter action here from the Foster Rec Reserve. And welcome back to the Foster Rec Reserve, where we're only a couple of moments away from the start of the second quarter. Home side Foster 2-1-13, trailing Yinnar 4-2-26. The rain has really set in. It's not looking like letting up anytime soon. Mitchie B, the league publicity officer, down here today to have a look at the game first. And a couple of your better players for the Yinnar side, if you could, please.
I think Nixon Hall's been incredible. Flynn Shell just in amongst everything, diving on the footy at every opportunity. And Walsh and McCall off the half-back line seem like they've been playing with a dry footy. They're so clean with it, working with each other really well and just getting the ball forward at all costs.
Would have thought you'd slip the ruckman in there somewhere too. He's hardly missed a tap. Hutchie for Foster?
Yeah, so for Foster, obviously the usual combatants, Weston there, when he got a bit of run going on there. Norton as well. Here we go. We'll got change of ruckman, Jackson Lewis. Ball goes up, Jackson Lewis v Bo. Bo gets a tap down to, and the clearance by Foster actually, and Harry McCall chips in and takes a chest mark. He's called to play on. He goes back, chips it over to brother of drops it. Ollie McCall. Ball comes out, it gets spilled out, and now it just gets slopped around the ground with Sam Walsh, knocks it forward. Flynn Shield, oh, what a man, he's in there. Jesse Bowes tries to go off the ground, can't get it going. Ball comes back in, and Dill Williams dives on it, and I reckon he's not going to get paid for it. It might be wishful thinking.
Gee, it just shows you drop that footy when you have a chance, it's going to cost you, because Ollie could have been off to the races here, but nonetheless, they're on the half-forward flank for Foster. Jesse Bow goes thump. Only as far as Norton, though. He hacks it into the forward 50. The coach comes out. Does he not take the footy and look for the free kick, or was he tackled without it? The umpire says play on either way. Norton does the same. Ball gets there, hacked into the forward 50. McCall comes bursting through, full-chested, picks it up, gets on the left shoe, gets over the top of the wing. Ball on the ground there to be won. It's a hot footy. Numbers down there will favour Foster initially. Yinnar come in and equalise. Boundary line says, don't leave me out of the conversation, and we'll toss this one in. About 90 seconds played here in the second term. No addition to the quarter-time score. 26 plays 13. Yinnar leading. And the longer this game goes without a score, the more significant that lead becomes, because it's getting wetter and heavier, and it might just be real bloody hard to kick a goal before too long.
Yeah, and I reckon that's probably why the game actually changed. As the ball got heavier and wetter in that first quarter, I think then it became more contested. Ball gets thrown up again by McCoy. Jackson Lewis goes in, gets kicked off, and is being hacked out of off the ground to Stolk. Stolk grabs it, gets it over to Walsh. Walsh switches across to Luke Litton side of the ground. He gives a little shove, and it's it's going to roll out, and the umpire says, roll it in, please.
I like Bobby. He's played a lot of footy in the ruck against bigger opponents than him, but him trying to do a bit of body work then, he was about 4 weight divisions out of his league, I reckon.
Yeah, so he's
he
on
ran
the
in
wing.
the big Banbury.
Yeah.
The ball gets tossed back in. Bo from behind gets to the ground. Pat Kearns goes in. Full of angry pills today, Paddy. He won't enjoy being at the bottom of that. The umpire's going to say, holding the footy. Oh, he said, you pulled it back in, angry Pat. Bad luck. Free kick goes against you. And the Yinnar boys are saying, hang on a tick, what's going on here? And the umpire wrestler said, I called it perfectly.
Yeah, Chaseling.
And he's got the geometry kit out. He said, you've got to get round on your angle there, and Chaseling will go thump and put this into a dangerous spot. Best would be option 1 and 2, you would suspect. Ball comes to ground. No one's able to take it cleanly initially. Tackles laid. Umpire's found a free kick.
That's hot, dry weather football umpiring. That's
they can open it up across the ground. Angry Pat finds a teammate. I reckon that's Notman.
Notman, that is correct.
He looks cleaner than everyone else for some reason, and I mean that in the terms of he's not dirty. But anyway, enough of that. He goes down towards centre wing. 1v1. Mackay down there brings it to ground. Should suit him when the ball's on the deck. Can't pick it up cleanly the second time round. Umpire stalks again. He stalks again. Oh, he was getting ready to go, but he didn't. Ball's still getting shoved around now. He's found the free kick for Holding. Michael Holding, and it'll be a free kick going the way of Yinnar. And it looks like JDV who's got it. His left leg brings it up to the half-forward line. Will Robertson gets a fist on it and goes clunk into the Foster IGA sign. About 75 from the Yinnar goal. 3.5 here played in the second term. Yinnar 4-2-26 leading the home side. Foster 2-1-13. What do you got for us, Mitchie B?
Bit of a positive note. The sky looks like it might be clearing up in the near distance.
Good work by you, Jane Bunn. Yinnar win the clearance hutch.
Yeah, that's correct. Look at go long. Grinstead sets himself, comes down. Oh, Mick Geary picks it up one-handed, but just slipped out. Hacks it across to Foster go down the wing, and Harry McColl standing there takes a chest mark, a long sleeve chest mark. He's sizing up his options. He's going to get hard. It's hard to get past Harry McColl. He seems to be playing that floating role. He swings around on his right foot, goes down to centre half forward to Jesse Bowe, and Jesse Bowe takes the chest mark in front of it. He feeds it off to JVD. Whatever his initials are, he gets it on to Grinstead Jones. All these names are too hard to pronounce in a hurry. Grinstead swings around to his right foot and hits. And it rolls over for a behind.
Yeah, he rolled around looking there for Pratt waiting on the goal line. Geary was following it in, but the Foster defenders rushed back in numbers and knocked it through for a behind.
Too many syllables in some of these surnames, Jeep.
You just shorten them. JDV, simple. Grinny, simple. Jesse Bowe, simple. Foster bring it back in, go far side, find a teammate, Mark taken out there. Let's say it's Banbury for argument's sake. And then he goes down towards the centre of the ground and they're going to turn it over. No, Bowe can't complete the chest mark. Any mark's a hard mark today. Norton says, I'm about half your size, but I'm going to win the footy, and he's turned it over. Only to someone who's turned it over again. And it's a game of turnovers until the umpire finds a free kick. And he's found one going the way of Norton. He goes a little chip kick down the line. Mark taken. No, Mark not taken. Oh, he's talked him into it. He's talked him into the mark in 50.
Yes, well, we'll be as nice as we can be. He did not pay the mark and then paid the 50 for chopping it out of his hand. So I'm not sure how that goes.
And Dylan Williams with the footy.
And he's going to get a very generous 50. He's been quite good since he's come into the side this week. Obviously, they missed their skipper. Very good player. Goes onto that left foot, hooks it a little bit, and across the face. So maybe justice was served.
Yeah, it's not going to please too many people on the side, though, is it? When the goal scoring opportunity comes, you've really got to capitalise today. And will bring it back into play, and they go down the middle. The high diddle, the shortest way home. Flynn-Schill was not the intended target, but he takes the footy. Handballs to McColl. McColl back to Schill. They've obviously got each other in their Supercoach sides. He goes wide to the clean man in Notman. Don't know why, but he just looks clean. He comes back through the middle, looking for and finding a teammate there. Skinner will get on the left leg. Super Nintendo Skinner gets it onto the left shoe, goes up the half-forward line. He's either over or under-kicked it. He's put it in the middle. Mick Geary goes in there and can't pick it up cleanly. Stacks on the middle. Now it does pop out the back, and they've got the chance to kick it into that forward 50. No one able to complete a mark, Hutch.
Yeah, the ball comes down and picked up by Toner. Toner hacks it down the wing. He gets offloaded and...
It's going to be a free kick for out on the full.
It's going to be a free kick for out on the full. That's right.
Umpire says he was hit as he kicked it. The ball's gone over the fence, so it does give Foster some time to get back. But kick getting taken now. Reels around on the right foot. Tries to pick out a target. Does so pretty well. And it's Will Robinson who takes a great chest mark in the wet. Couple bites at it. And it's Norton on the mark, so he's going to be able to steal a couple of inches of height here. He can get a bit closer than he normally would to the man on the mark. He's still going to be kicking from about 50 on a very wet day. Not as much of a mud patch as what Best had to go through. Puts it towards the top of the square, and Mark's going to be taken there. Looking for Jesse Bowe, but he was blocked out of it really well. Footy coming out wide, looking for Rathjen. He is able to take the mark and stands up with Nixon in front of him. That's Levi, sorry. He goes down the line looking for a teammate. Great defensive work from Skinner. Puts on a Shepherd, dragged off it, and the umpire's going to reward him for it. Said he got taken high. He's got Shilly screaming for it at the top of the 50. He knows he's going to be able to roll around on his left. He goes along to the top of the square. And Steve Essler pays the downfield free kick. The non-controlling umpire's taken over. Grinny plays on with the advantage and looks like he's run into an open goal. Grinny's taken the advantage and has kicked the first of the term for Yinnar.
Yeah. Good luck putting that into enough words to get into the Express on Wednesday night, Richie V. But Ben Skinner, he's turned dairy farmer. He has genuinely milked that. The umpire that was closest said, I am not the least bit interested. And umpire Essler said, hey, come with me, young fella. You can come all the way down here.
I think most disappointed he landed in a puddle. I think that's what it was.
I'm giving you the tip. Ben ain't washing his own kit, so it's not the least of his concerns. So Geary back in the middle here with Schill. It'll be Webb doing the Bowe doing the ruck work, and is that Nixon Hall in there? So it's Norton, Schneider, And turn around and give me the... No, he's not going to turn around and give me a look, so...
I reckon it's a Rathjen of the other variety.
Yeah, okay, let's run with that, a couple of them. And Bo just says, thank you. Geary says, that's on a silver platter, I'll take that. Handball to half forward, picked up by Vandermeer, goes back into the middle by Hands. Good defensive work out there by Cripps. Gets the ball away from Skinner, goes back in the second and third time. Holds it in. And it'll be a ball up. Mitch, any changes there for Yinnar?
Yeah, Jesse Bow coming off for Chapo, so that's Chapman coming in, looking like he's going to do the ruck work. Ball spills up. Shuey hit it at speed, wasn't able to take it too cleanly. His handball backwards found some Foster players who have just kept it moving off the deck. Clean pick-up and a handball in the middle. Soccer-style kick out of mid-air, and Notman the clean one. He's going to get dirty now. He's picked it up and been taken straight into the mud patch. But he's still found a way to look a lot cleaner than the rest of the guys out there.
I'm going to have no idea who he is now. And Chapman will do the ruck here against Rathjen. And up he goes, and Chapman wins the ruck and ends up on his rear end. Does Rathjen. It's awkward and uncomfortable looking, but I guess they've both got to jump. They've both got to have a crack at it. So we'll keep an eye on this battle while Jesse Bow cools his heels on the Yinnar bench, and Bobby Linton, the regular ruckman, runs around on the wing. So up we go again, Chapman versus Rathjen. Rathjen again finds himself on terra firma. Gets it down to Norton. Norton's kick goes up to the half-forward line. Picked up by Best. He gets slung to the ground in the tackle, and the umpire says it was a little bit high. And he'll take the kick from a long, long way out. This would take probably a Malcolm Blight-style torp from here, you'd suggest, Hutch.
Yeah, I reckon the man on the mark's probably about 45, but he's got to run through...
And is that Toner with the ball in his hand?
James
Morris, I reckon.
Morris.
Yeah, he's got to run through 2 mud piles to get to his kick.
He has gone back a long
But
way, so
he's
seeming
keen.
pretty
He's
confident.
thinking, I've got this. I've got this. As we've got to bring out the sunscreen soon. I can feel the sun coming. It's got to peek through soon. Morris comes in now. Very deliberate. Gets his little set routine. Kicks long, and I reckon he's got it.
Chapman's claiming a touch.
And the umpire's saying, liar, pants on fire.
They're not too sure, though.
Hang on, they're
Harry
having a
McCall's
confirm.
taken the ball, and the Foster players think it's going to be touched. They're setting up for a kick-in.
Touched, and it's
it
called
has
a
gone
touch.
through as touch.
Mitch.
I thought the goal umpire was calling Brendan a liar then. He looked like he wanted to give a goal, but Yinnar will take the kick in, and McCall will run his full 15 and then kick it into the centre square looking for JDV. Flies from 3 back, brings it to ground, but he's given away a free kick for over the shoulder, has he?
Yes, he has. Yep. That's to Snyder.
The Snyder man will go back and pump it back into the forward 50. Of course, that forward 50 does have Jake Best, but it doesn't have Brett Eddy. They can go shorter than that, and they go to the long sleeves of Bentley. He goes to the top of the square, and it's going to drop short and go through for a minor score only. And there's whistles going off left, right, and centre here.
Yeah, not sure.
Just trying to get the... Yeah, okay. Trying to get the full forward back, the requisite amount. On the mark. Well, yeah, you may as well play on and take those 20 metres, I would have thought. But no, we go short. Far side. I'm hoping that's Famularo on his left.
Yep. Long sleeve to long sleeve.
And he goes thump on the left leg, the centre wing. It'll be Will Robertson that flies, you would suspect. Ball comes to ground. Weston puts his head over it and picks it up clean as a whistle. Ball comes out the back, favouring the numbers of Foster. But the first one, there's the Yinnar player who's tackled over the line. And we'll ball it in. Centre wing, far side of the ground. We're about halfway through the second quarter. 12 played. It's 2-4-16 Foster. 5-3-33 Yinnar.
Ball gets thrown back in. Chapman sets himself. Rathjen, and no one ends up with a tap. Grinstead Jones on to Geary. Geary kicks it long, centre forward. Nixon Hall comes at it. Can't take the mark. Ball spills to Foster. Tried to hack it off the ground. Shill at the bottom of it. Got on to Harvey McKay. And I'm not sure. There's a whistle, a thon. And I'm not sure.
A free kick against.
I reckon it's a Chuck Norris.
Yep.
A Chuck Norris against Flynn Shill.
Yeah. And that's... who's that there? That's Lockie Rathjen.
Lockie Rathjen. He dishes the handball off there to Bentley. He goes long down the line. Harry McCall gets a fist to it. Ball to be won at ground level. The ruckman picks it up and Chapman. He goes to Famularo. He can't take it cleanly. He rocks, he rolls, he reels. Just pick the bloody thing up, but he can't. And it stacks on the mill. And we'll ball it up.
Clever move from Grinny there. He tried the little tap on. Probably works in the dry weather, but not so much when you're running around in 3 inches of mud.
Yes. So we'll toss this one in the air, far wing. Gee, that'd be cold over there, you would have thought. Foster win the tap. Snyder takes the footy, tackled to ground, ball spills out. Yinnar win it, Hackett forward through Mackay. It's a game of territory. The boundary line will do. And it's at about centre-half forward equivalent for Yinnar on the far side of the ground. We'll toss it in. And we tick over 14 minutes played now, and it's 33-16. Yinnar holding a very comfortable lead given the conditions. But as we saw, Foster can go bang, bang pretty quickly. If they get one here, they'll be right back in it on the scoreboard as well. But it's Yinnar going forward into their forward 50. It's cut off by Cripps, and he just goes thump. He says, you can have it back down there somewhere. And Harry McCall says, I don't mind if I do. I'll take yet another mark and hit yet another target as Grinstead Jones slides in on his knees. This is a handball up there to Famularo. Don't call for the footy when there's two blokes at opposition jumpers in front of you. And he's given away a free kick for maybe a high fend off.
Yeah, holding on Jackson Lewis.
Okay. So let's see how the backup ruckman kicks. It's usually a good favourite pastime of mine. That's not bad.
Yeah, acceptable.
And McCall says you can have it back halfway with another fist. And why won't they come this side so we can see him, Mitch?
Yeah, it must be a bit drier over there. It certainly doesn't look it, and I'd say they'll be playing a lot of the third quarter over here. They'll be swapping over.
Ball gets thrown back in. Chapman v. Lewis. Lewis wins the tap down to Grinstead. Gets hacked off the ground. Harvey McKay comes in, swings around, gets it off there. And who's that? Ollie McCall? No, Famularo, long sleeve, kicks it and intercepted by Foster. Foster go along now. And speaking of intercepting, there's Harry McCall. He picks it back up and he boots it back, and I reckon that's going to be intercepted again.
They're playing kick to kick.
They used to, mates. And it's been taken. The mark's
Try
been
someone
taken.
wearing the same colour jumper as you.
He kicks it along, gets spoiled by McKay. Ball comes to ground, and now there's been a free kick for holding paid to Foster, and that is Jeep. Can you see?
Nah, not yet. Not yet. Give me a chance. Number 23, there you go. Jack Flavell. Top of the square job. Mark taken. No, Mark taken by the defence.
Yep, Sammy Walsh.
I was too busy looking at the bloke who kicked the footy. And Walsh's outlet kick is an absolute ripper to Vandermeer, who marks in the back pocket. And we're doing star jumps on the mark. I like it. None of this stand nonsense. Get active. Stick around. Long kick down the line in the Notman direction. He calls Linton out of it and takes a nice little chesty. Just on the defensive side of wing. He's looking in the middle of the ground, which I like. It looks like they're trying to go through the middle and score. But instead, he just goes long down the line. Linton, position 1A. Bentley comes from behind, gets a fist to it. Ball at ground level. Geary. It's Weston. It's Geary. It's a hairdresser's nightmare. Ball's there to be won at ground level. No one can get it. And an umpire wrestler trots on in and says, give it to me. I'll toss it up. Right in front of the Foster coach's box as we tick over 16 and a half played. 16 plays 33. Yinnar favoured via the scoreboard. And it's the Foster ruckman winning it, and no one able to take it cleanly. And I think Chapo's been played out of position his whole life here, Hutch. He's loving
He's loving it.
A bit of dirty.
Bit of freedom. He hasn't had to use his fist only in the ruck contests.
So it'll be Lewis up against Chapman again. Chapman wins it down. Quick hands from Schill. The kick goes as far as Geary.
Yeah.
The mark's been paid.
15.1 metres.
Evidently that was 15 metres, and Chapo puts his hand up and says, more than happy to come off, as they kick it into the forward 50 towards Grinstead Jones. Doesn't quite get there. Notman drops the mark. Stays in play. Little kick comes back to Geary. He can have another crack at it. He hacks this one into the forward 50. Ball gets out the back of the initial contest. Cracking in down there, Hards Mackay. He can't take it cleanly.
Oh,
wow.
Wowee.
Okay, fair enough. Weston, free kick, switches, opens things up. Here we go, Foster.
Colcott.
Over to you, Hutch.
Colcott takes the mark on the right-hand half-back flank. He's looking for his options. He's got Norton in the middle. He goes wide now, down the wing, and spoiled by Tom Robertson. The ball gets spilled over the back. Robertson picks up one-handed. He rolls and poles, and out it goes.
He genuinely burnt the coach on a long lead then too. I'm not sure that's a great career move.
Yeah.
The coach has bothered to get out of the forward 50. I'd be kicking it to him.
With Bo back on the ground, he goes in the ruck against Lewis. Wins a tap down, straight down. Ball gets picked up by Nixon Hall. Nixon Hall goes around, back to Vandermeer. Vandermeer kicks it, gets tackled. Ball comes out again. Rathjen gets hold of it. He goes to...
The boundary?
To the boundary. The boundary says, I'll have it, thanks. And we'll get another throw in.
What have we seen this quarter, Mitch? Just the one goal?
Yeah, just the one so far. So,
Crucial it was to Yinnar too. They extend their lead and they win this clearance. Although Western lays a tackle and says, not on my watch. Norton gets in there and puts young Mackay into the mud as well. The 245-kilo kids. No, it wasn't Mackay in the end. It was Walsh, I think. No, Ollie.
Ollie,
It
yeah.
was still a kid.
Yeah.
Couple of kids that could ride in the last
Hang on.
Caulfield.
Essel's blown his whistle. He's
Yeah,
got
there's
another
a blood rule on a knee.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on the
Yep,
knee
so-
of a Foster backman. Once
Yep.
again, not
So,
hurried to get off the ground.
That's
He
good.
picks
So
it up
Bailey
a little
Angwin
bit
can
now.
run onto the ground, cross over, and the game can't start until... That's the bit we missed before, Jeep. They did cross over, unbeknownst to us.
And Foster have decided that, well, as long as one's coming off, let's make multiple changes. And that'll be Jack Flavelle coming on for Sean Chaseling. They haven't called Chaseling much today. He was really dangerous last week against Fishy, and they need to get him on the scoreboard today. They win the tap in the middle of the ground, and Norton flicks a handball off there to the drive-by. They win it again at half forward. Tackle laid, picked up by Famularo, thrown off his kick. Ball there to be won at ground level. Nice clean pick-up, but tackled immediately. And the umpire says you had long enough. And the free kick will go the way of Foster right in front of their scoreboard. They need to get this into a one-on-one. They can go out the back here to Flavelle. He's got that one-on-one. He's behind. Brings the ball to ground. One at ground level by Yinnar. Hot handball puts his teammate under a licorice, all sorts. Little hack kick off the ground. Yinnar play goalkeeper. Win the footy. Handball to Tom Robbo. Handball further afield. And they're off to the races here. Nicely weighted kick there, but unfortunately the player turned his back at the wrong time. Angwin, who's just come on the ground, takes it. Lasers a pass in there to Norton. Norton rolls. Best leads. Best 1v1. Ball gets out the back of the contest. Who's going to get back there first? The white line's going to get back there first. Another change here, Mitch.
Yeah, that's Harvey McKay coming off, looking for Flynn Shield to come on. So Harvey plays predominantly forward, so it'll be interesting to see where Shuey goes.
So we'll toss this one back into play, 25 out. In-swinger towards the Yinnar goal. Kick off the ground, minor score only. Every little bit helps, so they move along to 5-4, 34.
Other way
around, because I'm an idiot.
17,
Every little bit helps, so
5-3,
Foster move on to 2-5-17, and Yinnar stay on 5-3, 33.
Harry McCulk brings the ball back in, goes long down towards the Jesse Bow direction. Bow flies, can't take the mark. Geary at the bottom of it, picks it up. He gets it on to DVG, QRS. He gets it down to Pratt. Pratt flies for the contest. He's been pushed in the back and he wins the free kick.
Will Robinson's taken off out the back here, trying to get the easy kick. There's a few streaming forward for Yinnar.
Lucky Pratt
rolls
swings around. Oh, you go, Mitch.
Goes towards the top of the square. Linton's there. There's a few there. Bounces off Linton's chest. Stacks on the mill in the massive mud pile. Ben Skinner gets in there. Slams the ball onto his foot. Will Robinson gets a little tap on. And it's going to be a holding free kick against Notman. So Foster going to get the relieving kick. Deep in their defensive 50. They go across the ground. Got to take that mark. He had Geary bearing down on him, and he does.
It's probably Banbury given the pink boots.
Latore.
Must have had a
Goes
special
down
on
the
the
line.
three pairs
Great
out
mark
there.
taken there by Nixon Hall. Overhead in these conditions. He looks inboard and finds the captain, Vandermeer. He had Seb Famularo running past, ignores that and goes to the top of the square. Robinson begging for a free. Great pressure here by Yinnar. Picked up by Flynn Shield. Spins out of one. Gets a quick handball on.
Geary.
Finds Geary. Geary on his left towards the top of the square. It's going to go across goals and possibly the boundary line wins. Might be everyone's best friend. Stays in. Weston takes a relieving kick, and what a kick it is. He managed to find Angwin. Angwin takes the mark with a little chip kick over to the muddy jersey of Schneider. Schneider directly in front of the Yinnar coach's box here. Just pats the dog a little, slows it down, tells everyone to get over to the one side down the line. Goes there now. Massive pack, even numbers, and McCall yet again. He has been unreal this game. He goes up with another double fister, and the boundary line.
Isn't that exactly what you want from Foster's point of view? You want the ball in the hands of Weston. You want it in the hands of Angwin. You don't mind that. You're not scoring, but your good users have got it. So let's see what they can do here from the clearance. The ball comes in, taken in a tackle straight away by Linton. Was Chaseling?
Chaseling, yes.
Yep. And he's splashed in the puddle just in front of the Foster coach's box, and we'll wash, rinse, repeat, and see how we go. You just see where you can pick up where Chapman's gone. For me, please, Mitch. I think he's come on. He might have gone loose behind the footy. And the ball gets a bit of aerial ping-pong action. Comes out the back. Walsh goes over the top of the footy. Picked up by JDV. He gets dumped. Ball's there to be won. Foster getting it forward inch by inch. And McCall picks it up and hacks it forward, but only as far as Norton. Norton's got to open this up through the middle. He cannot just kick it long down the line. And that's a beautiful kick. Opens the game right up, puts it in a dangerous spot. Foster win through the numbers. Even if they can create a stoppage here, it's a win, but they can't as Fabularo gets it and clears. Ball gets up there to Vandermeer. He gets on the left shoe and goes around the corner. Looks like it may come back here, though. Picked it up straight away and tackled and done for holding the footy. Was Jack Rathjen. And Yinnar now through hands initially. They now come back via foot. Turned it over in a dangerous spot here. Foster with numbers. Just need to find a winner in front of the footy. Goes to a one-on-one. Going to go back and take the second grab. Mark not paid. He didn't run the risk and played on back to McCall. McCall comes out. Is that Vandermeer or Chapman?
Back to brother Ollie.
Okay.
He gets taken over the line.
And the umpire
says...
says...
he's going to pay holding the footy.
Well-wee. Handball's on. Gets to Snyder. Top of the square job. Where's best?
That's Jesse Bowe floating back.
Jesse Bowe. So I was asking him before, Mitch, to see if he could find where Chapo went, because I've got a funny feeling that they've set up behind the footy and they're happy to take this lead into the halftime break, and they're doing exactly that, just slowing things down. Right in front of the playground. And now they go woof down there towards centre wing. The big boys fly. There's a massive push in the back to my eye, and then there's Mark being paid.
Nixon Hall again. Great overhead.
So Hall then gets on the right shoe and goes to half forward. The clean man's down there. Is that Notman or Pratt? Ball on the ground, doesn't matter. Norton's got it now for Foster, and he goes boundary side. Would have been better off coming back through the middle for mine, but nonetheless, Yinnar got the footy through Grinstead Jones on centre wing. He's lost the GPS. Get down in the goal square, Grinny. Kicks down a half forward. Norton goes back with plenty of ticker and puts it over the boundary line just as the halftime hooter sounds. And that's all she wrote for the first half here in the battle of 1v2. It's Foster 2-5-17, Yinnar 5-3-33. Yinnar with the only goal of the second quarter extend their lead. And there might just be a little bit of how you're going on here at centre half back. Just a little bit of push me, shove you. And let's see whether egos or common sense win out. Half of me wants the ego to win out, Hutch, and half of me wants the common sense to win out.
Well, at least they're walking towards us, where they were walking away last week. So that was Best and Angry Pat.
Yeah, righty-o.
Anyways, a bit of lip, but they all seem to separate themselves now. The umpires have sort of stepped in the middle of them.
Calm things down. We'll call that half-time now. 2-5-17 Foster, 5-3-33 Yinnar. We'll be back in about 10 or 12 minutes to bring you all the second half action. Just remembering we're one Foster goal away from this game being right back on. So don't miss anything after the half. Rec reserve. I tell you what, the score hasn't changed at half-time, Hutch, but something's changed. The temperature, it's dropped about 3 degrees. Oh, it'd be flat out being 5 out here at the moment, wouldn't it?
Oh, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, you can put our hands together for the little luncheon supplied by the Foster inside. Nice warm cup of tea to keep the fingers warm. And it's beautiful. So, side's back out. So we're looking to see see whether Yinnar can re-establish a bit of dominance again, or whether Foster will fight back.
Now, do we go new footy to start the second half?
That's a home club decision, that is, actually.
So if I'm the home club, you know what I'm doing? I'm going new footy. I'm going new footy and putting all our eggs in the first 10 minutes of this third quarter basket and trying to kick a couple of quick ones, because goals are at an absolute premium. We saw 1 goal kicked in the second quarter, and that was from a free kick in 50. And then we saw the Foster skipper miss one that he probably should have kicked, to be honest. And really, that was it for genuine goal-scoring opportunities. So I reckon we go dry footy and have a crack for 10. And then after that, we probably can't win the game, because it's not going to get any better out there.
No, I can't see conditions improving at all. But anyway, we'll see. So as they all huddle up, someone's coming off with, what's that? Won't be able to tell, will we, Mitch? With someone's got their civvies on, by the looks, or civvy jumper on.
The long sleeve rugby jumper almost. He has still got the boots and shorts on with his socks, so there's a chance you might see the reintroduction. And right as we're about to get underway for this second half, we had some crystal clear skies all throughout the half-time break, and the second the players start moving to their positions, the heavens have opened up again. And looking out to where the weather's come from, it doesn't exactly look like we're going to get any sort of clearing anytime soon. So this might be the tail of a tape for the rest of the
he's
game
moving
here.
pretty freely, whoever it is coming off in the... I reckon that's just a warm-up. So Arch, I reckon it's 3v3 off the bench still.
Yeah. You're onto a Jeep.
We're good to go. Weston's going to start in the middle here. Norton's going to start in the middle. Schneider's going to start in the middle. So that's the A-team, really, isn't it? That's the A-team there for Foster. Vandermeer's gone in.
Nixon Hall.
And is that...
DV.
JDV in there as well, yeah. So Jesse Bowe to do the ruck work up against Rathjen. This is it. The first 10 minutes here tells me the story for the rest of the day, Hutch.
Yep.
So
Yep.
We'll get things underway. Mitch, you can have a centre clearance. Over to you.
Righto, the hooter's gone. Umpire's checking, all's ready to go. Throws it up now. Jesse Bowe gets up, doesn't win this clearance. Rathjen holds his own very well here. Stacks on the mill. Vandermeer goes in. Falls to that man again, Harry McCall off the half back line, who kicks it more up than far. Norton with a big spoil. Hands over the top. Quick clearance forward for Foster. Stolk does really well on Best, and a massive tackle from Weston there on Harry McCall. Sort of drove him straight into the ground. Not a dangerous tackle, so the umpire's going to take it and have another throw up about 50 metres away from the Foster goal. So ball goes up again. Bowe wins this one down. Falls to JVD, who unable to get a quick clearance. It falls to Notman, who's still clean. Must have had a shower at half-time. Ball comes forward and it goes into that massive mud patch. Stolk picks it up with the clearing kick. It's going to go over the head of Vandermeer, and he'd be pretty clever and does what he does to just kick it off the ground. And Esler's paid deliberate. He loves a moment like this.
We've seen one a week for the last 3 weeks. You don't usually see one a year, but Foster will take that free kick on the far side of the ground. And then the kick comes down a half forward here. The big boys set themselves underneath. Big Jesse Bowe gets shoved under the footy. The umpire says play on. Norton says that's exactly what I'll do. Can't get it clear. Little hack kick out of the pack. Luck's a fortune if he can take hold of this one. And Yinnar managed to take the relieving mark.
Angry Pat
Kearns. Hopefully he had some more of those pills at half time and comes out even angrier. Kicks up just short of centre wing. Fist on the ball, comes to the ground. They go in cleverly. No one gets hit in the head when they go inside on like that. Win the footy, handball out the back, can't find a teammate. Scores a try over the white line and we'll ball it in. And we're going to ball it in far side of the game. Couple of minutes gone. Only one side's had the ball forward.
Lights are on. Jeep.
They needed to. A few car lights on around the ground as well. Everyone's doing their bit. Don't tell Greta, we should be okay. Ball gets ping-ponged around in there. It's a hot footy to be won. Norton gets in nice and low. Mackay gets in nice and low. And the umpire says we'll ball this one back in. Now, if we're having a line on number of ball ups and ball ins this quarter, you wouldn't be shy of 50, I wouldn't have thought. I'd say we've already had 6. Make this 7. Where's Sam Crane when you need him? Bo gets a fist on it, only as far as Weston. Weston flicks it over his shoulder. Kick off the ground, picked up there like a cricket fieldsman in the middle of the wing by Notman. Hack kick goes forward. Grinstead Jones takes the mark. Rocks, rolls, reels, centres the ball. He's not on your team though, Grinny. Mark dropped by the Foster defender. Geary goes in and picks it up, gets a handball out there to Schill. Schill hacks it forward. Lead comes out of the goal square. It's that Pratt down there or Robertson. It's Robertson. Can't take it cleanly. Foster through numbers. Handball over the top. Second handball, then a kick around the corner. And the kick around the corner goes out of bounds on the full, and we'll kick this one back into play. They just can't cough up the first one here, the home side. And it's going to be...
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean Notman with the footy. He's going to kick it from about 53. This will go to the 15 metres out directly in front area, you would have thought. It's where the ball's going to drop. The big Dukes go up. No one can complete the grab. Grinstead Jones snaps around the corner. Oh, minor score only.
Oh, that was close. That was well read.
We've got a whistle,
Hang on a tick.
We've got a whistle.
Oh, wait.
Does get called a point.
It's a point, yep.
So thankfully for the commentators and us over this side, it looks like they're going to come calling side, but he is looking far side. Plays on with the kick in, goes long down the line, but pulls the kick last second, hoping to find a teammate. But the boundary line's going to win out, and it's going to go out of bounds about 50 metres out from the Yinnar goal, right up against the line here.
Interestingly there, Mitch, they actually hit a bit of surface water as well, so it's not all just mud. The water's actually sitting on top of the ground in that area there.
Ball gets thrown back in. Comes up a bit short. Jackson Lewis gets it down, and it's been rolls out there. DVG, JG, Q, RS has been wrapped up in a tackle, and umpire Esler's going to come in and ball it up again. As we got here, ball goes back up again. It's Bo versus Lewis. Bo wins the tap again and taps it straight out of bounds to add to our tally, Jeep.
Look, I don't do numbers above 12. Once I've had more than 12, I've had enough. So
yeah.
We'll toss this one back into play around 55 from the Yinnar goal. Bo leans across the front and gets a little bit of a hand to it. No one can take it cleanly. She stacks on the mill. Schill goes in. Vandermeer goes in. Weston lays a tackle. Holding the prune. Don't mind it. Probably wasn't there, but don't mind it. Let's just clear the space and get the footy moving. And Jack wastes no time in doing that. Comes down towards McCole. McCole can't quite get a fist to it. It gets out the back of the contest. Both players come charging in like they wanted to kick it off the ground.
Yeah.
Both looked at each other and went, well, if I kick it, I'm going to kick you.
Yeah.
And then they held each other in their arms as they rolled into the fence. Nice romantic moment between Chaseling and Stogg. We'll toss this one back into play right in front of us. Bo goes a double up and under volleyball set style action. Gets it going forward. Chaseling comes in, lays a high tackle. Blindsided was the umpire. Geary says, get out of the way. The nude nut goes thump to half forward. Ball pitches. Pratt kicks it off the ground, being held on to.
Yes, I can see that a mile away.
Being held on to, and he is an absolute ripper and a set shot. This is worth plenty.
Yeah, this is probably not far different from where he took his shot in the first quarter, and he managed to get that through pretty well. So he just probably has to go through a few more bog heaps to get there.
6 minutes in, no score in the third quarter thus far. Yinnar playing for second spot on the ladder. They win, it's almost theirs a double chance. Foster, top spot's theirs pretty much anyhow. They've got 17 on the board. Yinnar with 34 on the board. Pratt comes in, kick on its way. He's a bloody ripper of a set shot.
Yeah.
And that could well be one of the more telling goals kicked in season 2026. 6 minutes into the third quarter. Yinnar skip clear 6-4-40. Foster 2-5-17.
Yeah, and you can see the intent through the celebrations too for Yinnar. So they're not done with for the day. And now it's a bit of an ask now to see what Foster can come back with. And we know Foster just never give up. So we'll see. Let's see what challenge comes back the other way.
And in some more positive news for the commentators up here, all Carlton supporters, they've just taken the lead out by about 20 points now with about 2.5 to play. So
Well, you watch that game for 2 minutes and I'll watch this game. And we'll toss the ball into the air where big Jesse Bowe gets a lovely little palm down towards Geary. Geary flicks it on. No one's able to take it cleanly initially. Callcock gets barrelled off it. They go in hard both sides. Throw.
Oh, no.
A little scoopity-doop. And Norton will take his free kick. He throws it on the shoe. McCall comes in from the fist from behind. Mackay goes through, picks it up clean. Back to McCall, back to Robertson. Robertson goes, kick it down to where the bro is. And that's exactly what he does. The bro drops it. Grinstead Jones hacks it forward. Ball pitches in between Pratt and the fullback. Wrapped up in a big tackle. Umpires waves his arms and says, play on. Yinnar have gone end to end now. They've got the ball stuffed in their forward 50. And that's where they want it, and exactly where Foster don't.
Yeah, a lot of verbals going on out there. The Yinnar boys are up and about. The umpire comes in now, balls it up again. Lewis versus Pratt. Pratt gets it down to Geary. Ball comes out, gets spills out into the direction of Foster. A beautiful pick up by Foster. Kicks down the wing, and Tommy Robertson sets himself. Can't take the mark though. Ball slips and slides, and moved on to Williams. Williams hangs it on the chaseling, and the ball goes out of bounds. So we get another throw in here. Right on the wing on the home side.
Liam Bentley gone forward here, has he, Mitch, for Foster? Usually centre half
by
back.
the look of it.
Interesting notes. And Mick Geary and everything early. Bo hits it away from Geary this time. It gives away a free kick out of the ruck. And it'll be Jackson Lewis. Jackson with an X. And he thumps it in the Bentley direction. Bentley comes across the side of the pack. Can't complete the mark. The clean man gets it. He's thrown over the boundary line, though, right in front of the Yinnar coach's box. A little bit of talent down there with Adam Bailey and Ben Sheffers watching on.
Yeah, hopefully Ben's not far away. We'll see what happens there. Ball gets thrown back in again. Chapman v Lidstone. Lidstone wins a tap down, comes out there with Nixon Hall. Best shoot, pops it off the ground, and ball. Umpire's called for a ball up again. I wasn't sure what he was going to do then. I was just watching intently.
Look at Mick Geary, traffic cop down there. He's all over it. He's up and about for this. Big time Mick.
Yeah. Morning. Chapman comes in. Rathjen wins the tap, and Nixon Hall drags a free kick out for high. He goes back now, sizing up his options. So going down the wing would be one of them, and that's just exactly what he does. Nixon Hall goes long down the wing towards Robertson. The ball gets spoiled down to Norton. Norton just thumps it off the ground with his fist. The ball now is just locked up in about 600 sets of hands in there, and we'll get another ball up again. Chapman v... Who we got now? Who we got? Chapman. Oh, yeah, and Rathjen. A 0-all draw. Gets poked out to Geary. Geary hacks it off the ground on the left foot, and he's just done beautifully. It's bounced just inside the line, and he's just gained territory.
It's a hot footy down there. I really like the intent coming out here from the Yinnar boys.
No one's packed it up yet, that's for sure.
Absolutely not, but Yinnar have come out and gone, let's really stamp our authority early in this third quarter, and that's what they've done. Geary's been in absolutely everything. Grinstead Jones up around the footy, gets barrelled out of the way, held onto without it. Now, you watch him, he'll get up and look middle. Look middle, see, there's their head turn. They're just looking to get on with it, they're looking to score. And then he goes, look there, it's not on, so now I'll just go safety down the line. Will Robinson comes out. Can't complete the mark. Ball at ground level to be one. That's a high contact. And that might have hurt. That might have stung a little bit.
Yeah, that was Fabularo. Just stood his ground, and they just crashed in. And gets up, he's going to take the kick.
So free kick on the half-back flank. Nothing malicious in it. It's just an ordinary spot to put your head, and unfortunately he copped it right on top of the dome. So he goes long down the line looking for Bentley. Can't quite get there. Rathjen, I would have paid that. All free kick, happy with that. No problems there whatsoever in the conditions. And that's going to be not 50. Clever by Esler there. Didn't go over the top. Let Seb get out of the way. Little stab down the line. Good intercept mark there by JDV. And he goes middle of the ground. And
Mr. Clean
finds Notman. Notman's got runners galore as they spread to the far side. Harvey Mackay. Look at that. Wow. It's like a pitching wedge to the 18th of Port Augusta. It just stuck there. And Foster win the footy. They come to half forward. Best gets a free kick for a high choppage. And he wastes no time getting it into that forward 50. Teammate down there on his own. The one you spotted earlier that snuck forward, Mitch. Good by you. Liam Bentley takes the mark. He doesn't want the shot on goal, though. He goes short, finds a teammate. Tighter angle, closer distance. And I reckon you've probably got the best view in the house of this one. Over to you, Merms.
Yeah, so it's going to be
Jack Flavelle.
Jack Flavelle, who's drifted forward. Normally plays on the half-forward flank. It seemed like he was playing a little bit higher today, but he's managed to drift forward into the open pocket. He's got Harry McCall on the lead, giving him a bit of advice. steps in, swings it left to right and puts it straight through the middle. And that is a massive, massive goal for Foster. Pulls the lead back to just 17 points. So 3-5-23 plays 6-4-40. The 3-goal margin for Yinnar probably feels more like a 6-goal margin at the moment, given the conditions. But you've seen how quickly they're able to transition end to end and break away through stoppages. So anything's really possible for this Foster side that are top of the ladder for a reason.
That's the goal the contest needed, that's for sure. Back in the middle we go, 17 points in it. They kick another one here before three-quarter time. No matter what, they come back out in the last quarter, less than 2 goals down. It's going to be game on. And speaking of game on, Chapman up against Flavell. Flavell wins it down. Grinstead Jones just hacks it forward along the ground. Only as far as Banbury, though. His shoe can't quite find the leather. Ball spits out the back again. This time, a little bit of space. They get a handball. Now they get that kick into the forward 50. Where's the coach? Kick it to him. It doesn't. It comes off the shin, and it's cut off by Stolk. Stolk dishes a handball off. The simplest of handballs, and we can't take the ball cleanly. That's how wet it is out there. Robbo goes back and picks it up. Kicks to centre wing. Not an unrealistic attempt, apparently. Play on's a call, so Foster do exactly that. Get the ball back up to the other half forward flank before she stacks on the mill again.
Chapman leads in with his backside, and the ball will be bounced.
Well, good luck bouncing it. You may never see it again if you tried to bounce it in certain areas out there.
I think that's exactly where it pugged before, wouldn't it? No.
So in comes umpire Essler, tosses it. Chapman runs underneath it. No ruckman can touch it. The ball finds the grass. Famularo at ground level, can't get it clean. Now the little hat kick comes out. Weston goes soccer style again up towards Best. Best playing a lot higher. Turns Stolk inside out. Little hat kick forward. Pitches in front of Bentley. Ball bounces nicely for him. He rocks. He rolls. He's wrapped up in a big tackle. And the umpire says, hold him the rock. And that'll be a free kick to Yinnar.
Owen McCall with a great chase down there.
The young kid, I'm not just Harry's brother, he says, watch me play some senior footy. And he gets the ball in the back pocket.
Nah.
It's going to be a turnover.
No, it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
Out of bounds instead.
Yeah, young boundary umpires called it out there. Ball gets thrown back in again. Chapman versus Bentley. Bentley actually wins the tap. I don't know whether he nominated or not, but he wins the tap. Ball gets stuck in there. Chapman picks it up again and just hacks that long left footer out down to the wing. Ball gets spoiled out there, and I think the ball will roll out again. So they were good little save for Yinnar. Yeah, they were in a little bit of trouble there, but the ball's now ends up on the wing, on the far side of the ground, on the Jeffrey Cross side.
Hutch, I just want to point out the height difference in two blokes that play together. Flynn Shields standing next to Jesse Bowe. There's about a 4-foot height difference there, standing on the bench together.
We got the publicity offer, mate. Get the camera out and take a photo, and we'll get Zoe to put it online. Yinnar, meanwhile, at half forward, win the footy. Kick goes to a one-on-one at the top of the goal square. 1, 2 grabs. Ball hits the deck. Pratt grabs it. Plays on. Platt goes bang. They've got the only 2 goals of the third term. And they've got 2 goals in the third term, excuse me, and they skip another 6 points clear.
That was our favourite left footer again, Jeep. Front and centre across the front of the pack, put it to Pratt's advantage, and yeah, after a bit of a slip and a slide in the air, he gained control and puts it through. Well done.
He's been good, Skinner, in patches.
Yeah, so is Pratt. That's his 3rd for the day. So for a tall playing in conditions like this to walk away with 3 up until the 15-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, that's a massive, massive moment for him. Massive moments.
So double the score. 46 plays 23, 16 minutes gone here in the 3rd. Foster are going to have to double their score without Yinnar scoring again to get close. That's a big ask when you look at it that way. Grinstead Jones in the middle wins it. Handball to Vandermeer. Vandermeer hacks it forward. Sits above Will Robbo. Ball spiked away from him. Charging off the ground. Another kick off the ground. Pratt gets out the back yet again. Foster through numbers. Hack the ball forward, but it's only going to go as far as Vandermeer. Drops the chest mark on his knees. Norton goes in and picks it up. Gets ridden into the ground. Stacks on the mill. They've got to ball it up. They can't concede another score here. Simple as that, Foster.
No, I think the game's evenly poised right now, and it could go either way. Whoever scores next, game back on, or I reckon they'll be nearly shut up shop. Ball comes up, gets picked up by Famularo. Famularo hacks it high in the air. Ball gets thumped on, and ball gets kicked out by, I think that's Angwin. Angwin gets across to JVD. JVD gets it across to Geary, and he's paid high. Paid high. Wonder if Sam is at home taking the free kick count.
So, ball on the half-back flank here for Foster. They come closer to the boundary. Now they go back through the middle. That's where the ball's got to be in Norton's hands. Probably just got to play on from there too, to be fair. A bit of caution of the wind sort of stuff going sideways is not really going to help as we go past 17 minutes. Another short kick there, Mark taken. They hold possession. Now they get a little bit of territory out wide. They've got the ball on the far wing. Bit of kick mark. Now, where's Bentley? Where's Best? You got to find one of those
Ben's
two.
on the move.
Goes
Best
in the best direction. He goes a nice little push in the hammer and tack. And the umpire says play on, so play on they do. Tackle laid. Another tackle laid. Snap around the corner. The footy might have to pay to get back in, or it's marked just inside the goal line, the boundary line. So Foster now look to set up. They've got to be the next to score, and it's got to be a goal. Kick comes into the dangerous spot at centre half forward. Numbers there favour the home side. Ball gets out the back of the contest. Last line of defence stuff here. They can't cough it up, and they have. Numbers now, the cavalry's arrived.
Yep.
High tackle. It's going to go Yinnar's way across the half-back line here. And it's getting harder and harder to see who they are,
Yeah,
Mitch.
That's Nixon Hall.
Nixon Hall. Well, hopefully he kicks to Notman, and Notman's down here. Can't kick it to him, he's on the bench. We need someone clean to get their hands on the footy. Geary will do. He's got no hair. We know who that is.
Yeah, he's got clean head.
He's wrapped up in a tackle. Now they've got it on the half-back flank. Foster now. Get that little chip kick away. They've been able to get to here, no problems. And I guess when Brett Eddie's not in your side, it's not a surprise you're falling down at half forward. But now they go short again. Norton been in absolutely everything, the young fella. The kid in the lid, probably got to be touch 30 for him, you would suspect. Not his best, though, as he can't find a target. And they've turned it over, and off to the races they go. McCall, forward to wing, kicks into the forward 50, a one-on-one down there. Mark taken. And Foster are going to play on here. Come middle. You've got to come middle, and they do. Mark taken. He gets told to play on, but can't, as Pratt gets the mark. Now they go short. Mark taken out here by Callcott. He goes down the line. They've got the numbers. Mark taken centre wing. Norton wants it short again. You may as well just kick it to him, because every time he gets it, he usually finds a target, but they go long towards Weston. Weston had a 3 to beat. Not even he's that good.
Yep. A good spoil by Blake Vandermeer.
Yeah.
The ball rolls out of bounds.
Right in front of the Yinnar coach's box, and you've got the best seat in the house from here, Arch.
Yep. Umpire's got it. We got Bow versus Lewis in the ruck. Ball gets thrown back in. Yep, another left-handed tap by Bow. Bow up the wing. Vandermeer gets first to the ground, gets it up to Bow. Bow onto JVD. And he gets wrapped up in a tackle. And a few of his mates come over to give him a pat on the head.
Ooh.
There was a little bit of GST on the JDV tackle, I think.
Yeah, and that's going to have to just wait a second here.
Yep.
Adam Bailey, the Yinnar runner's actually pointing it out to the Foster bench. That's Harry Flavel. That's
Yep. Ball goes up
he's
again.
holding it a knee.
Bow wins a tap down to Williams. Williams for Foster, gets it on to no one in particular. Angry, who was that? No, Ollie McCall tries to get it out, and the ball is going to get wrapped up again. And Mitchie, he's coming off.
Yeah, that's Flavel.
Flavel.
Yeah, he's
good pick up.
looks like he's in a real bit of pain. Can hardly bear weight on that right leg of his.
Yep.
I look forward to reading all about that in the Express on Wednesday, Mitch.
Two ruckmen go at it again. Ball goes up. Bow, right-handed this time. He's got both sides of his body going, and he hits it straight to JVD, and he is wrapped up. And we go again. Bow versus Lewis. Gets it down to Williams. Williams get there. Onto Hall. Hall onto Harry McCall. Harry McCall hacks it down the wing. Ball bounces in the middle. Harvey McKay smacks it on. Great fist. Gritty will kick it off the ground. Onto our favourite left footer in Skinner. Ball gets over a run. Oh, that's high. Oh, no, he's got away with it. Onto Seb's, our other favourite left footer, Seb Familaro. The ball gets smothered, and the ball just rolls around, and it's actually going nowhere in particular till Pratt picks it up, and then he's been grabbed, and now he's been pinned for holding the ball. And there's a free kick to Jack Weston, I believe.
Norton's also come on. He's running straight into the middle of the ground, screaming for the footy.
I like the fact he's at least running to the middle this time. Weston's kick comes up short, but it's picked up well by Flavel. Goes back to Weston. He flicks a handball over the top, and the old clean mate Notman's got it, and he's been picked for holding the footy. Oh, they're blowing up deluxe out there, and you don't do that to umpire wrestler. You can come for 50 with me, and if you don't think you'll pay another 50, say something else. I dare you. I double dare you. So Norton now plays onto the top of the square. Best comes charging out at it. Can't complete the mark. Ball to be won at ground level. Yinnar got the numbers there. Stolke goes in. They get a hack kick to the top of the square. Play on, says the umpire. Play on they do. And a bit of carnage there for 30 seconds.
Yes.
Plenty of excitement. But the score remains 46-23. Yinnar favoured as we tick over the 22.5-minute mark in the third term. Snap round the corner. Can they get a cheeky one?
And the goalkeeper in McCall.
Well, they can get a cheeky one.
Yes.
But that's all it is a one. They need a 6. And they need a 6 and a 6's twin brother pretty rapidly. 24-46 now. McCall to do the kicking in duties. So Harry they call, and he takes a few yards and then goes thump. Gets out here in the Pratt direction. He gets shoved underneath it. Chaseling goes down and picks it up. He gets thrown over the boundary line.
Yep.
And it's a ball in. I heard 3 whistles go. I thought he was going to get a free kick for a push, but the umpire will ball this one in once he extricates himself from the mud. And he'll toss it back in where Bo will do the ruck work. Up against Jackson, and Bo just says, easy as you like, gets it down to his teammate. Slung off the kick. Ball goes forward, Foster now have it, miss a target, comes back to Famularo, hacks it forward. Ball picked up down here by Angwin, keeps it going in the forward direction for his team. Norton over the top of it, back to Famularo. His little kick goes towards Grinstead Jones. It gets through him initially. He then goes a hack off the ground. Skinner, that 45-degree tilt.
Oh.
Thinks it's a dry footy. 2 hands. Ben, you were coached better as a junior than that. Vandermeer gets it, then thumps it forward. The foot race is on here. Geary versus Latour. Latour gets a shoe to it. Gets it out of trouble initially. Geary lays a tackle. Ball they cry, but he gets a handball away. And Foster settled down in the middle of the ground. Mark taken. Goes to the handball. The umpire says, you're going to be a smarty pants looking for 50. You can play on. And rather than play on towards the goals, he kicks it laterally towards Antarctica. And that's where it feels like we are at the moment as the rain comes back with the wind and the ball's out of bounds on the half-forward flank. It's 24 played. It's 3-6-24 Foster and it's 7-4-46 Yinnar. Foster playing for the perfect season. Yinnar playing for a top 2 final spot, Hutch.
The ball gets thrown back in. Bo wins the tap again. Down to Foster. Picked up by, can't tell who that is. I think it was Nixon Hall. On to Harvey McKay. Harvey McKay grabs the ball and it's picked up by Shield. Shield hacks it forward. A bit of a spilled ball and then it's on to Bentley. Bentley cleans it up, kicks it across the half-back flank to Vandermeer, intercepts it and he's fighting 3-on-1. Oh, Skinner picks up, goes on his right foot, Jeep, gets it on to Geary. Geary back to Harvey McKay and he kicks it out on the full. In the left back pocket for Foster.
Does go underneath the fence, so the Foster defence has got to go chase that, which is probably beneficial for Yinnar. They can now set up down the line rather than letting Foster take it quickly.
This window's picked up a bit too, and Foster will be kicking to that end in the last quarter. So Lloyd Christmas might be around if they can get a late one here. They kick it out to the defensive 50. Robbo gets a fist on it, can't get it over the boundary line, so he goes back in and lays a tackle. Ball comes out the back of the contest, and right underneath that scoreboard I spoke of, it'll be tossed back into play on the far side of the ground. We're 25 and a half in. It's 3 goals, 6-24, the league leaders. They've kicked 30-plus goals on half a dozen occasions this season, and they've been anchored on 3, 2 of which came in the first term. They win the stoppage, though. Ball comes in the middle of the ground. Geary goes back with the flight of the ball. Can't complete the mark. It's there to be won at ground level. Foster have the numbers, but they can't get it past Chapman at half-back. He turns and goes back to lay the shepherd. Weston makes his focus the footy. Umpire says below the legs contact, and it'll be a free kick going Yinnar's way on the half-back flank to Harry McCall. And the umpire says you better come round behind the man on the mark. You've got the very technical free kick for below the legs contact. You're going to get the very technical lineup. Weston puts everything into it, gets a hand on it, smothers it. Kick goes to Ollie McCall, and he's wrapped up in a tackle straight away. So the umpire will come in here and toss this one up. There can't be long to go this quarter. I'm going in for the hot water bottle at 3/4 time. Bo, up he goes against Jackson. Bo wins it as he likes. Comes out the back. Williams wrapped up in a tackle. Hack kick forward by Schneider. Goes in the forward 50. Weston in front of the footy. Gets out the back of that one-on-one contest. Yinnar turned towards the boundary. Chapman on the left leg. Snaps around the corner. Ball taken down here as the siren sounds. Kicked into that forward 50. No score possible. And at the 3/4 time siren, it's 3-6-24 versus 7-4-46. And I'm not saying it's over. but I'm saying it's bloody near close, Hutch.
Yeah, I think, though, there's a good quarter by both sides there, very competitive. I still really like the way that Foster set up behind the footy, behind the contest. I think they've sort of worked out that Bo will probably win the tap, and they're set up pretty well behind the contest, and they seem to be getting their fair share of clearances. But it's probably just Lockie Pratt there. Lockie Pratt, who scored 2 goals there, or 2 or 3 for the quarter, Mitch?
Just the one.
Just the one, okay.
3 for the game.
3 for the game, got ya. Yep. And, so that's just put them a little bit. So what's that? It's a 22-point lead, with a quarter to go. But having said that, Foster kicking home with the wind.
And we'll tell you all about it in about 4 or 5 minutes' time when we welcome you back to the last quarter of the 1v2 clash in the Mid-Gippsland Football Netball League here at the Foster Rec Reserve. Welcome back to the Foster Rec Reserve where the sun's out. Broke out the SPF 50 plus, get me the floppy, blow up the pool toys and jump in. Yeah, this is unbelievable. It's genuinely, the sun's broken through. There's hardly a cloud in sight from where I am. But the ground is still wet. The ground is still wet and the score is still 3-6-24. Foster, Yinnar 7-4-46. Foster, of course, kicking 2 of those 3 goals in the first quarter. So Yinnar have done well to keep the high-scoring Foster side to just a single goal in quarters 2 and 3. And we'll get ready for the last quarter action here. Mitchie B, for all us Carlton Tragics, mate, you got the news for us?
Yeah, we finally managed to get the job done. Managed to beat Gold Coast, so good for finals hopes, probably not so good for the Cody Walker hopes.
Hopefully good for Bailey Humphries coming and joining us next year as Bo goes bang. We get the last quarter underway. He goes up to Shill. Shill at half forward, can't maintain possession. Hack kick forward by Foster, gets the ball back in there, half of the ground. Then a big cross the field, Torp. Big Jackson, the ruckman, comes back. That's Jackson with an X. He's got Robbo with a T. And Robbo with a T throws Jackson with an X to the ground. And Robbo will take the free kick on centre wing. And Jackson's got himself a face full of mud. And Robbo goes down the line. Oh, you can't be doing that, I wouldn't have thought. And the free kick will go against Yinnar.
Against Will Robertson, yeah.
Against the Robbo, the brother of. And the umpire's paid the mark and 50 for the late contact.
Yeah.
And that might actually do Robbo a favour, that, because he's already been punished for the late hit, so he's not likely to see any further consequences for his problems. Ball now in the hands there of Toner by the looks of things. He'll get the ball into that forward 50 for Foster. They are kicking with the breeze. Is there a chance? Ball at ground level to be won. Little hack kick forward. Foster with numbers forward of the footy. Snap around the corner. Don't tell me. No, he's missed it.
That was Chaseling, I think. Or was it Banbury?
That would have been the start the game needed. Minor score only, but it's Foster with the ball forward. Breeze has actually died off a little. The sock's gone a bit limp on the far side.
And we can actually see the far side.
Yinnar will bring the ball back into play. 90 seconds played. Foster with one of the 25 points they need to get in front. And McCall will bring it back into play and goes thump. And that is a decent hoof. He's got that well outside 50 into what's a gentle sort of a breeze now. And the ball will pitch and stay in play right in front of that scoreboard. And umpire Essler will trot on over and ball it up. Actually, it's not. It's a real McCoy.
Yeah.
He's over there to ball that one up. Umpire Essler patrols the forward 50 for Foster. Up we go. Bo goes bang. Shill comes in hard, puts some body on. Foster win the footy at ground level. And then the umpire will ball it up again. We might see a little bit of this quarter, you would suspect.
Yeah, I think it's if Yinnar kicked the first one, I reckon we might see a few cues go to record. Because I reckon Bailey Angwin come off before, and I reckon he's already gone into the rooms. So ball gets thrown up, gets down there. Blake Vandermeer picks it up, hacks it over his shoulder. Pratt comes out and sliding chest mark was a great mark. He's just called for a bit of calm. Goes back, sizes up his options, just looking around. He now goes long down towards the Will Robertson area, and it's intercept marked there by him.
Pick a name, any name.
Yeah, that's him.
Ray.
Ray, is it? Okay, good work, Jeep. He comes back in towards centre half back, across the ground. Everyone overruns it. Ball comes in. Williams picks it up. No, Rathjen picks it up. He's been paid a free kick for holding, and he gets hold of it. Comes on in now. He plays on down the wing, and he's chipped it down to Banbury. Banbury on his favoured left foot. Swings around and kicks long towards Best. And Best protects the drop zone and takes the mark. Well done, Jake Best. He swings around on his right. He goes long and deep towards goals. And Jesse Bowe's back in there. And he just thumps it back over his head for a behind. And that might be the theory of the afternoon, I think, from now on. Just protect that lead. Now it's down to 20, down to 20 points.
3.5 played. Yinnar to bring it back into play again. 3 inside 50s for Foster this quarter. None or one thus far to Yinnar, which gives you an indication of where the ball's been for the best part of the last term. McCall then goes thump to the scoreboard side. No one can complete a mark. Surprise, surprise. Stacks on the mill. Foster do win at the ground level. Flicker handball forward. It goes in the Norton direction. It gets past him. Yinnar with hands on footy, but they're going in the wrong direction. And the rugby ball ends up about 25 metres around from the Foster goal. Ball still alive. And then the umpire said it's gone over the boundary line for a throw in. So we'll chuck it in about 20 around. Bo's been dominating these boundary throw-ins, so he's going to get hands to it. It's just a case of who gets where the footy's going to go. So Norton's down there lurking. Let's see if he can get to where the ball's going to go. No, it's punched over his head.
But he still gets it.
And he still managed to shark it.
Yeah.
He's not bad, the magnet, is he?
Yeah.
And this time we'll ball it up about 35. See if Bo can get another 10 yards on it. No, Delicate this time looking for a teammate. Can't find one. Foster's been done for a throw.
That was Norton as well.
Yeah, he just gets where the ball is.
And now Blake Vandermeer's got the ball, got the free kick.
Unlike my footy career where I got a lot where the ball ain't.
Well, it's a lot safer where the ball ain't. Blake Vandermeer goes down the wing and he's tried to find Grinstead Jones, but actually kicked it out on the full. And it'll be a Foster free kick.
We just got to get the player back over the fence first.
I reckon that's our favourite left foot, is it?
They look like white boots, not pinkies.
Ah.
So it might be a Rathjen or a Flavel even.
Flavel, yeah. Rathjens are thinner than that.
Okay, so let's go with Flavel. And you've fat-shamed him on TV. He kicks a beauty into the forward 50. Ball now to be won at ground level. Pops outside the contest. Who gets his hands on it but Norton, surprise, surprise. And now we get another boundary throw-in. The longer this first goal takes, the more intriguing it becomes, particularly if it's the home side that manages to grab one and just give themselves a little sniff. And they can get the ball back out of the middle and go again. But Bo's going to have a big say in that because he just keeps winning these taps. And he just keeps knocking it the black and white way. This time out towards Geary. He can't take it at ground level, but he'll just hack it over the line for a throw-in. Clever.
Clever, yes.
Can't buy experience. But you can buy footy boots off him.
And clean shorts.
And he'll toss this one back into play. 26-46, 6 minutes played. Bo just reaches over the top like the big brother helping himself to the cookie jar and hits it where he wants. And the umpire says, give it back to me, we'll throw it in the air again, and you may as well probably do the same thing. And he does. And he gets it down at ground level where Foster have the numbers. Boundary line wins the conversation, though. Now, I'm not sure if he gets paid by the game, by the kick, by the mark, but he's getting paid by the tap, Big Jess. You just want a block of gold for today's efforts.
Yeah.
He's had about 1,000. And we'll flick this one back into play. He doesn't win one. Call the papers. Put that in the newspaper, Mitch. Jesse Bowe beaten for a ruck contest, but Foster can't get the stoppage. Someone else has got to have a go here.
Righto, Mitch, do you want it or do you want me?
You go.
Okay, the ball goes up again. Bo wins the tap straight to Foster, and he's been wrapped up in a tackle, and we've gone approximately 500 millimetres from where we started. Umpire throws it up again. Bo goes up, hits the tap. He rucks his own, roves his own tap. Shield picks it up. He tries to spin out. Back into there. Foster get a quick kick out towards centre half forward. And Weston hacks it off the ground in the forward direction as Bentley, but he's beaten to the ball. Harry McColl just dives and does the slide and defends and just gives them the one minor score. So that brings them up to 3-9-27. Yinnar 7-4-46. So Harry McColl looking like bringing the ball back, and he's signalling exactly what he wants. He's going to play on and then just kick it long down that line and get it as far away from the goals as he can. He aims in the Bow direction. Bow goes up, thumped by Weston. Weston thumps it back towards Grinstead Jones. He's tackled and dispossessed. The ball's just wrapped in there, and I think the umpire, yes, he's got no other choice other than to come in and try it all over again.
Spent a lot of time up the ground today, Grinstead Jones, hasn't he, Mitch?
Yeah, he definitely has. Seems like a new role. Certainly trialled it as the ball comes up. Bo wins the tap down yet again towards Nixon Hall. Body's crashing in. You now get the quick handball, and it's Vandermeer who goes forward down the line. That was Burner, Will Robinson, his nickname Burner, who was flying for it. Harvey McKay in there as well. Will Robinson picks it up again now. Geary through one-on-one. He picks it up. Holds the handball for a minute. Pratt gets it off the deck. Great handball up from Nixon. Nixon Hall unable to find Harvey McKay. Foster player picks it up and everyone dives on the footy and dives on him. The umpire's coming over for about his 17th ball up in 4 minutes, this time at the Yinnar scoring end.
Pratt looks like he'll take the ruck work. He's up against Rathjen. Pratt, nil-all draw, we'll call that. Ball just goes down and it's gone 3 millimetres from where it started, and we're going to have another one. So I think that's going to be the story for the last quarter, I believe. It's just going to be contested footy, no quarters given. Ball gets thrown up again, and Pratt takes the tap, gets it down to Foster. Foster Norton at the bottom, and still, look at him go. And he'll just been all locked up again, and he'll be balled up again.
Rightio, my turn. Get it in the air. Get it up. Up we go. And we've got a tap. We've got some separation. Get a kick. We've got half a kick. We might get a full kick here. Weston runs onto it. Goes to ground. First time you see that in a million years. Yinnar now hack the ball into the forward 50. Ball sits on top. Robinson in the back, surely. Umpire saw what I saw. And it'll be a free kick going Foster's way. And they've got one choice and one choice only from here. And that's not the choice. But they take it anyway. Go short into the pocket. Another little one on here, and they take that option. Mark taken in front of the Yinnar coach's box. Dishes a handball off. Player running through on his wrong leg. Seb Famularo takes up a bit of goal, a bit of boundary umpiring. and gets a decision.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
I don't think
it was out.
you can't blame the umpire. There's no white line there anymore.
Yeah, so it'll be Ollie McCall kicking the ball into that forward 50. The big boys fly. No one can take a mark. Stacks on the mill. Umpire stalks. Oh, and he's holding the footy.
He's made no genuine attempt. I think that's what he's trying to say. Free kick, Yinnar. So that's Grinstead Jones. Yeah.
He's 2 kicks from goal from here, but he's just going to take his 30 seconds and chill out. He's going to take his 30 seconds and chill out. Umpire wrestler says, get on your angle. And he says, oh, just go wherever you like. I've got the footy in my hands and time keeps ticking on by. I wouldn't have necessarily done that, though, if I was Grinny. No, he didn't kick it out in the full. The mark's taken.
Oh, the umpire.
Or what's the boundary umpire said, Mitch?
I think there's
The boundary umpires called it out on the full, but it seemed like it was an assist from the goal umpire.
Yeah.
A lot of negotiating going on.
I thought it was out on the full from this angle, but I'm looking through 2 stained glass windows and I've got a reflection of myself, so maybe not the best description that I can see. But nonetheless, Foster moved the ball laterally. They've just got to go forward. They've just got to hack it forward at every opportunity. Every time they get it.
Was it Morris or Toner?
Toner, the 9, Morris, the 8. I know the numbers, I just can't see them. They're that far away. Yeah. That's the kick we're after. It opens the game up. Middle of the ground, centre half back.
That's Colcott.
So Ollie Colcott goes into the middle. Another pass taken. It's our man Morris or Toner again. Now, roll, kick, bang. That's the one. Where's best? Get the ball to ground if you can. That'll do. Now you've got to hold it in. Ball's down there, but Yinnar just got weighted numbers. Free kick's been found, and it's going to go Yinnar's way.
Tom Robinson
and the paid advantage now.
Advantage to Robbo, and Robbo goes thump down the line, and this is just going to be wash, rinse, repeat. And the ball finds the boundary line. Over it goes for a throw in, and the clock says 12 minutes played, 27 plays 46. 46, of course, being the Yinnar score. The undefeated Foster sitting on top of the ladder looking for the perfect season, watching it get taken off them. But it's not about winning today. It's about winning in about 6 weeks' time as far as they're concerned. And they'll welcome back some star footballers into this side. No worries about that. They haven't found themselves on top of the ladder and undefeated until today for no reason. But Yinnar today, in the conditions, with the lineups, getting the better of it. Kick goes up there towards Pratt. And he cops one across the mush by the looks of things. And he hits the deck. I reckon the trainer would be absolutely thrilled to have to get out there because he's as far away as humanly possible.
It's probably quicker to get someone from the house to come over the road.
Is this a sign of things to come, Hutch?
Yeah, I think so. There'll be a bit of putting a bit of the cue in the rack.
So Grinstead Jones comes off, JDV comes on, ball gets thrown up. Ball stays in the pack. No one can get it clear initially. They manage to flick it halfway forward and it finds the boundary line. And we'll toss this one back into play. Pratt looking all right out there, Mitch?
Yeah, he's got up. He's taken the ruck this time, so seemed like he was more playing for a free kick than in some genuine concern. Ball falls a bit short, but it does spit up, finds its way to Flynn Schill, who manages to break out of a tackle, puts it to the top of the square. Will Robinson went for the mark, unable to take it. Ben Skinner pushed off the footy, not paid. Vandermeer with a great pickup, but he's tackled over the line, and we're going to get a boundary throw in here, probably 25, 30 metres away from the Yinnar goal. They won't mind if they don't score, but as long as they can keep it in there and kill some more time off the clock as Chapman comes off for Jesse Bowe. So the boundary throwing goes more up than out, and the central umpire says, have another crack, young fella.
Interesting, Bobby Linton's done no ruck work at all today, Hutch, and he's been their number 1 ruckman many a time this year.
Yeah, he's played the whole day on the wing. Ball gets thrown back in again. Pratt protects the drop zone and doesn't tap it anywhere. And now I think we're going to get a ball up again. And we're about 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle from the Yinnar goal. So we're in the Yinnar's forward line. The ball gets thrown up again. Pratt takes the ruck work, gets knocked down. Schill trying to pick the ball up from between his legs, gets it to JVD. JVD screws it around. I reckon there's a 3-on-2 there, and Mixon Hall flies, but can't bring the mark down. The ball spills loose, and then it's same again. It's just in the bottom of a pack, and it's bobbling round and round and round until the umpire says, enough bobbling, I'm going to throw it up. So umpire McCoy grabs it. We've got, who have we got in the ruck here today? We've got Jackson versus Pratt. Jackson jumps, Pratt protects it, pulls it out of the ruck, tries to swing around. Norton then ends up with it, and he's been tackled, and then the ball is going to get thrown up again. So we've gone 1 metre from where we started, and the ball is thrown up again. Jackson Lewis tries to clear it. Quick kick from Skinner. Skinner onto Famularo. Famularo, and then it's hacked off the ground by Toner. Toner hacks it towards the back flank. Ollie McColl's winning the race to the ball. He's pokes it around the boundary. And now I am really in trouble because I can't even tell if it's one team or another, not even the numbers, because they're that dirty and it's that far away.
Norton that dove on the footy as per usual, but in the back play, we've got a Foster defender down. Not sure if his umpires have stopped the game. He did cop a pretty heavy knock to his head earlier. Got up and tried to play on, but he does look a little bit wobbly. Umpire told him to play on and just go off. It looks like he might have just got some mud in the eye.
Yeah, he does. I don't think he knows where off is, which direction. There's that much in there.
The umpires told him, you're not bleeding, you're not injured, you just need to get off so we can keep playing. And play they do, because we're going to get probably the 50th stoppage of this last quarter. Jesse Bowe goes up with the big fist yet again. Big fist attempted from a Foster player to no avail. Ball punted forward off the deck looking for Will Robinson. Boundary line wins, and the rain has really, really set in again.
You reckon if you said to both coaches, Mitch, do you want to call it off, they'd shake hands and walk in?
I do think so.
Unbelievably sure of it. Ball tossed into play. Lights on everywhere now. Cars around the ground. People are starting to leave. This is getting absurd. And the ball gets inches and inches closer to the Yinnar goal, but it's genuinely like watching a game of rugby union, and it's just a rolling maul. Every single player in one half of the ground, and 90% of them in 1/3 of the ground. And I just don't know how we're going to get anything done.
Ball gets thrown in again. I'll try my best. Here it goes. Ball comes out. Nixon Hall tries a quick kick. And then I think, I'd pay that too. Chopping free kick. And the free kick will go to Ollie Colcott in the back pocket, left back pocket. No, it's not. It's Levi. Levi switches across the ground with a beautiful little pass to Jack Rathjen. Hits him on the chest. Oh, ball spilled loose. And then Yinnar through Blake Vandermeer. Oh, he's given away the free kick. He's just popped him on a little bit high, and I think it's Dylan Williams. Dylan Williams has just gone back for his kick. He goes short to Jack Weston. Weston takes the mark, and he plays on straight away, as we expect, and off he goes. He's going to even have a bounce. No, he's not. He kicks a long Tory down the wing, and there's a foot race on now. Notman's winning it at the moment. He tries to hack it off the ground. Unsuccessful. Rathjen is wrapped up, and he's actually going to get paid, I reckon. No, he's not. Umpire comes in and says it was the Yinnar player
Great work there from Notman to not find the deck and get dirty.
Just while we wait for the ruckman here, guys, Newborough only 5 points in front of Ballara, coming home hard in the last quarter in that important clash for Newborough's final chances.
So ball tapped down by Jesse Bowe. It was cleared by Ben Skinner. It's Nixon Hall in there fighting, and it's going to get paid high against Ben Skinner, but he was pushed in the back into that high contact. But it is going to be a free kick Foster's way. The bench complaining he wasn't behind the mark, but it won't matter because Sam Walsh takes a great grab in these conditions, and he pats the dog, just tells him to slow it down a little bit, goes sideways, finds Angry Pat, seems to have worn off those angry pills before the game and settles right down. Here goes the chip kick to one of the most experienced players on the ground in Mick Geary, and he's going to slow it down as well as we tick over 18 and a half gone. He plays on and goes long down the line. Big pack. JVD goes up but can't take the grab. Will Robinson wanted to go forward, went sideways, and now it's a foot race between Famularo and a Foster defender. Famularo dives on the footy. They dive on him, and the umpire comes in and says, I'm going to ball it up. 50 out directly in front of the Yinnar goal, which is exactly where they'd want it to be, if not a little bit closer.
So Fish Creek have done what they needed to do. 5-11-41, defeated Tarwin at 3-3-21.
As we walk into the 19th minute of this last quarter, ball gets thrown up again. Pratt takes the tap, wins it down to someone, and the ball's just wrapped up. And I think we'll have another one.
Not quite over yet, but Hillender got this one wrapped up. 6-6-42 versus Stony Creek. 2-8-20 late in the last term.
Pratt versus Rathjen. Pratt knocks it down again. Geary comes through, tries to, but he's locked up in the tackle, and the ball's just scooped off the ground by Weston towards, and then Norton picks it up, handballs it on to Toner. Toner then hacks it long down to centre half forward. Picked up there, and that Foster player is wrapped up by Sammy Walsh, and umpire Esler will come in and ball it up.
Moore Lease got their second win of the year, both of them over Tura. 78 plays 47 late in the last term there as well.
Bo wins the tap, and it goes about 5 metres in the forward direction, and then there's another ball up.
What we wouldn't give for 20-minute quarters, Archer. It's 20 minutes gone.
Yeah.
27 plays 46. The rain is belting down. The players aren't interested. We're not interested. We just want to go home. And the play goes on. And the play goes on.
Yeah. Was it? Wash, rinse, repeat.
Exactly right. Half forward for Foster. Jesse Bow wins the tap. Foster winning the ground level. Hack kick forward. With numbers behind the footy. They pick it up and kick it out wide. Cut off, though, by Foster, who hacked the ball back into that forward 50. And I can pluck a name and say a name if you like, but it'll be about as relevant as any name out of the telephone book, so I've genuinely no idea.
Famularo, got one for you.
Who had the footy?
Oh, what a grab. Lockie Pratt down the line off that kick from Famularo.
And he's just both make me look like idiots by lacing out the blokes whose names got the footy.
He's able to fend off his opponent.
That's why
with
we're
one
on the
arm,
big bucks, Jeep.
reeled in with the other. So he plays on and goes long down the line to the half-forward flank. Nixon Hall, big fly from about 3 deep, but it's cleared back through Foster. They go back down the line. Pratt stood still to try and take the mark, but Foster player came in from the side, managed to play it on. Lots of handballs spinning around, but none of them really going anywhere. Anytime they hit the deck, they sort of just stop.
High contact free kick, Foster.
Yep.
So play on, goes across the ground. It's going to find
Bentley.
Bentley, who's
Bentley's
able
got
to
it.
pick it
And
up.
he's wrapped. And
And
Bentley's
he's been held by Ollie McCall, so he's going to get the free kick. 21 and a half gone. He's about 70 out from goal. He's got to be looking for the coach. Over comes Jesse Bow. He's unable to impact play, but it's Sam Walsh who takes them up about 4 deep in the pack. He sits down and waits for it, takes the easy chesty, gets told to move on and goes long down the line. Bentley's there, Vandermeer's there, spills over the back. Massive hit from Chapman. Norton gets up, takes the advantage, and spots a teammate.
I'll tell you how
Spots
knackered
a
they
team.
are. Jack Weston hasn't run past looking for a handball there. He is absolutely gassed. Kick goes into the forward 50, short pass. Mark not taken. Quick shot on goal. Bumped as he kicked it, and the ball's gone out of bounds on the full.
That was Lockie Rathjen, that one.
It's going to be that man again, Harry McCall. He's just jumped the fence to go and get the footy, but I'd say he's had about 20 kicks across this game, either from kick-ins, from out on the full, from...
Here's a question
handballs
without
back.
notice for you, Mitch. Who's had more of the footy, Harry or Angus?
That is a very good question.
I asked it. I would assume it was. I wouldn't mind an answer.
I'd have to go with Norton at this stage, but
So Harry now will go back and have another kick. See if that changes your mind. He'll probably kick it and Norton will probably get it. But McCall now hard up against the point post in the back pocket. Nearly 23 played. Yinnar in the midst of ruining the Foster perfect season. The kick goes long down the line. And everyone's called it out of the full.
Yeah, it's come off hands. Jesse Bow's hands.
And the umpire's standing right there going, are you blokes fair income? I'm right here.
Yeah, I've got this.
You've been caught with your fingers in the lolly jar. And we'll come in and toss it back into play about 75 around from the Foster goal. 27 plays 46. Yinnar all but Victor's here. Bow goes bang. Weston goes bang, bang. Grinstead Jones gets there, dives over the top of the footy, but the umpire's found a free kick for a push.
To McCall, yeah.
That'll go to McCall. Is that the OMAC or the HMAC?
OMAC.
the
The OMAC, young Ollie.
No, I wasn't able to tell you who's had more touches in Harry or Norton, but I can tell you that Norton's he's wearing a brown jumper at the moment. He's been in absolutely everything as the ball spills through his hands. Pratt picks it up. He's done a full 360 pirouette, gone long down the line, and the boundary line's going to win, and that is a massive win for Yinnar.
I tell you what, labelling anything Pratt done as a pirouette is fine use of the English language. He's a big unit. It's a big circle.
As he comes off now for a well-deserved
Yeah, he's been
rest.
awesome today. He'll find himself in the votes with 3 of the 7 goals. It'll get Yinnar the win. And that win will likely see him wrap up a top 2 spot at season's end. And if anyone knows how hard it is to win the flag from outside the top 2, it's Yinnar. And they'll get the chance to do it this year unless they make a big mistake between now and round 18. Ball gets thrown in. Grinstead Jones over the top of it. The immovable object meets the irresistible force. And they'll peel Norton off the bottom of the pack somewhere down there, you would suspect. And the umpire takes the footy back. Please, timekeepers, just push the button. Up she goes. Bow. He's got no shorter as the game's got longer. Wins the tap. Foster win the clearance. Ball to the half-forward line. McColl's trying to take it in his hands. He's dead set taking the mick if he holds on to that in the hands. And there it is. There's the siren. And that ends it. 3-9-27 Foster versus Yinnar 7-4-46. The perfect season dream no longer alive for the home side, but back-to-back premierships still more than certainly on the table. They've got plenty of stars to bring back into this side in the coming weeks in Tapscott, in Eddie. We didn't get a full whack today from a couple of them that went off injured early in the day, and they'll have plenty to say about who wins what between now and the end of the season. But for Yinnar, it's the win they had to get after dropping games to Fish Creek and Foster the first time round to get themselves back in that conversation for second spot. And now their destiny is their own hands.
Dare I say it, Jeep? First beat second, second beat third, third beat first. The triangle. The triangle. I finally got my triangle.
Well, there you have it. So, Mitch, give us a couple of the better players that we'll see in the newspaper for the winning side, and then, Hutch, I'll ask you to do the same for Foster.
Yep.
And then we'll pack it up and get out of here and get home in front of the fire.
Yeah, for Yinnar today, Jesse Bow on the ruck, dominant all day, able to tap it pretty much wherever he wanted to. Harry McColl off the half-back line. He was marking everything early doors. He was spoiling everything, taking all the kick-ins, just had a load of the footy. Nixon Hall played a very good game. He was in amongst everything for Yinnar, as was Captain Vandermeer. He was always at the bottom of the pack. And Lockie Pratt with 3 goals is a big key forward. An output of 3 goals on a day like this is absolutely massive and could go a long way towards shaping the end of the year.
And for Foster, Hutch?
Yeah, for Foster, I think it was the usual combatants again. Well, not a dominant display from Western. He was pretty good in patches. He's certainly, you just can't give him any space because he'll take it off you. Norton, obviously, I think would probably get their votes for their best player. There was a lot of good support from around there. I thought their back line held up pretty well, especially early on. I think Yeah, it's pretty hard to pick sort of their best players. The Toner and all those guys, they were all pretty good. Just Yinnar's day on the
day, on the conditions, on the list, the right side won. Simple as that. But grand final's still 6 weeks away, isn't it? 7 weeks away, and we'll find out who the best side is that day.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks for joining us today, Hutch. Thanks for coming along too, Mitch. Look forward to reading all about it in the online presence and the newspapers throughout the course of the week. And thanks very much to the guys who provide the live stream and also the Foster Footy Club for having us. All the best and bye for now.